Chapter 176 by Xing's identity is exposed, Im's invitation. Let alone the king of 7 warriors like Doflamingo and Hawkeye. Now. Even Whitebeard and others. Also, they were all completely shocked by the rare scene in front of them. These Aquaman category that floated on the sea. All sizes are around 5,000 meters. But it is the top existence in Aquaman category. Anyone. They can easily destroy islands and countries. On the sea. It is a terrifying existence that must not be provoked. It's them 4 emperors. Most of them can only take a detour in shame. But now. But such an amazing number emerged together. How could it not be shocking? Not to mention. Whitebeard and others also noticed it. Under the sea. It seems that there are countless smaller Aquaman types that have not surfaced. Among them. Even the smallest one. I'm afraid it's more than 1,000 meters. What an incredible power. Only by allowing these overlords who stand at the top of the world's food chain. Go out in full swing. Woo is this, 190, done by Brother Yi Yu. Seeing this, Kaido immediately cried like a child with an 800-pound. It's so fucking unenviable. It's over now. Even Yi Yu couldn't smell the exhaust of Brother Yu. Gulalalala. Whitebeard couldn't help but exclaim. It's amazing. That guy Yi Yu is simply the son of miracle. You can even control Aquaman type. Look, the girl standing on the head of the Sea King with Brother Yi Yu seems to be a mermaid. Barrett's eyes widened. He spoke with admiration on his face. Everyone hurriedly looked for the sound. Really? On the top of a giant nephemeral in the shape of a frog. Yi Yu who restores that neon-horned monster form. Standing side by side with a shy mermaid girl. Hee, Xiao Baxing, it seems that your courage has become much bigger over the years. On Orbajana's beautiful face. A look of joy appeared. Then he explained to everyone. That's the Princess Bai Xing of the underwater Fishman Island Dragon Palace Kingdom. At the same time, she has another unknown identity. That is one of the 3 ancient weapons which can command all Aquaman Poseidon. Whitebeard, Kaido, Big Katakana Middle Mom and others heard this. His face became horrified again. Open black lens bracket Nether Poseidon close black lens bracket. Mermaid Princess. Olbia, are you talking about these giant Aquaman or all summoned by the girl from the mermaid clan? Thesis a bit incredible, right? Oh my god, why did those giant Aquaman suddenly appear on the battlefield of Malin Bando? Seed Tsunami Group is gone. In front of that giant-level Aquaman even a tsunami group that is enough to crush any island in an instant will have no effect. It's so scary. It's my first time in my life that so many Aquaman gathered together. Yes, even if it's just one of them, it's enough to destroy the island and the country. Are all these summoned by Lord Yi Yu? It's unbelievable that in addition to surpassing human terrifying combat power, that man also has such an incredible special power. No wonder he just rushed directly into the seabed. It turned out to be a gathering of Sea Kings. Oh my god, how many powerful cards does this handsome man have in his hand? It's simply unpredictable. If he summoned these giant Sea Kings at the beginning of the war, I'm afraid the Navy will be defeated. It shouldn't be that simple. That man's behavior is not something that ordinary people can guess. Yes, Lord Yi Yu definitely has his own considerations. Look, Lord Yi Yu has appeared why is there a mermaid girl standing beside him? Wow, that mermaid girl looks so beautiful. Yes, no matter what appearance, all of them are not inferior to the world's #1 beauty, Boya Hancock. That naive look is really kawaii. Looking at her outfit, she should be from Fishman Island 10,000 meters below Red Clay Continent. But why did Lord Yi Yu show up with her? Yes, that man had no reason to appear in such a dangerous place with a mermaid girl who couldn't fight. Can't that these giant Aquaman were summoned by her, right? Well, it's possible. Everyone, calm down. The white-haired girl seemed to have said something just now. Damn it, I didn't hear it just now. So too, I feel like I missed something extremely important. Someone has heard what the young girl with white hair just said. Two seem to hear her say that the girl from the mermaid clan is one of the legendary 3 ancient weapons Aquaman. Nani? What is Aquaman? What is the ancient weapons of 3? Da. Open black lens bracket ancient weapons close black lens bracket are 3 weapons that existed in ancient times that can destroy the world that have the title of God. In addition to the Nether Poseidon that the white-haired girl just said, there are Pluto and North Uranus. But these were originally unverified legends, but today, I didn't expect that the legends actually became reality. If that girl from the mermaid clan is really Aquaman Poseidon, maybe she can really summon giant Aquaman. This. Oh my god, this battle has completely overturned my understanding of this world. I also feel this way, from the battle at the beginning to the subsequent emergence of the world's highest power 5 old stars. Then to the tsunami group just now, and then these giant Aquaman and Aquaman girls, my mind is almost out of reach. The legend seems to be realized by that man. Yes, being able to witness this battle with my own eyes is simply the greatest honor in my life. That man named Yu is really terrible. In this world, what else can he not do? Yes, even the giant Aquaman type can be used by him. It seems that the world ZF is really going to be destroyed this time. The supreme authority that has ruled the world for 800 years collapsed due to the appearance of a man. It's really incredible to think about it. With the reveal of the identity of White Star Nether Poseidon 0. The whole world was boiling. In the world's cognition. Open black lens bracket mermaids close black lens bracket. Especially the women of the mermaids. They have always been nobles of the major palaces. And the favorite, toys, of the Tianlong people. Even for ordinary people. Mermaids are not considered human at all. It belongs to the alien species that is rejected and despised. But who can imagine it? Princess White Star of Fishman Island. It turned out to be the legendary power of destruction of the world Poseidon. And the densely packed giant Aquaman in front of you. This confirms the authenticity of this legend. People in the world couldn't help but feel a little scared. If this girl wants to destroy the human world. 3.9. I'm afraid the whole sea. In addition to being extremely strong. And outside the sanctuary Marichoa. Any other island is hard to escape. Open black lens bracket sanctuary katakana middle dot Marichoa close black lens bracket. Pangu City. I am sat on the Void King sit. When they saw those giant Aquaman appearing block the tsunami group after using the national treasure to increase. He realized that the reincarnation of Aquaman had appeared. Why? A helpless sigh came from under the mask. I am then spoke in a cold tone. Yu, I'm waiting for you in San Marichoa. If you don't come here immediately, all of your men will die because of you. What makes people feel extremely surprised? I am was clearly just speaking in his usual voice. But it was as if it was infinitely enlarged by some device. It's like rolling thunder. That deserted voice. It actually rang directly over Malinfando, hundreds of kilometers away. Chapter 177 The new sign in reward comes from Im's win. Brother Yu, I'll go with you. Barrett said with a serious expression. World ZF may have set up some traps in San Marichoa waiting for you to go. Yes, those guys can use any despicable means. Whitebeard nodded in agreement. Momo. Big Katakana middle dot mom said with a grin. I want to go there too, to kill a few people in the dragon. Quote. Yu glanced at the excited crowd. But he shook his head and said lightly. I'll go by myself. Im's strength is far beyond your imagination. With the protection of White Star and these Aquaman, even if you continue to stay here, there will be no danger. Then. Yu reached out to stroke the little white hair Orbia's hair. Said extremely gently. Olbia, then wait until I come back and announce the history of 100 years of blank space. Otherwise, I might have done something crazy in his anger. I understand, husband. Orbia nodded very well. In beautiful eyes. Full of trust and worship for the man in front of him. Crack. Yu took out a Xian bean and ate it 04. All the physical strength and injuries consumed in the battle with the 3-5 old stars before. Recovered instantly as before. An unprecedented power. Perfect state. Facing I am, the most mysterious pirate. And the most powerful boss. Yu did not dare to be careless at all. Not to mention. At present, the status of Niuk monster has not shown signs of degradation. Yu's power. It has reached an unprecedented peak. Even if I am doesn't take the initiative to contract a fight at this time, Yu would never miss such a good opportunity to do it. After all, if there is no suitable strong enemy in the future, he is likely to be unable to reach an unrivaled powerful height like today. Roar. There was no hesitation at all. Amid the roar of a dragon like thunder, 1,000-meter-long green dragon of natural disaster stepped on the clouds. Soaring up. Breaking into the sky. I'm here. Yu let out a thunderous roar. Then the huge figure. Then he flew straight towards the direction of San Marichoa. The karma is shaking the shadows. Looking forward to dawn. When a strong man rewrites history and destiny. Fly to the final place of battle. The old king who ruled the world for 800 years. With the strong rise of Royal Star. How will it influence the future process of this world? That man should succeed. Yes, he has been creating miracles all the time. Next, are we finally going to witness the changes of the times with our own eyes? Is the battle between God and God finally about to begin? I really want to see with my own eyes what kind of scene it will be. Today, will it become the end of all the dragons? Mr. Yu, please drive the dirty pigs that are pressing on the world's heads to completely get rid of the altar. Yes, the dragon people are the root of all the sins in this world. Come on. It's falling into eternal night. It's still dawn. Times change. Or is it a bleak ending? But no matter what the final result is, the power and courage displayed by Yu, and that kind of perseverance and faith, they all deeply touch the people of the world. There is no doubt. This man. They are ordinary people who have suffered hardships and oppressions. The hope and dawn that are waiting for. Open black lens bracket sanctuary katakana middle dot Marichoa close black lens bracket. The CP members and the palace guards were already facing a great enemy. I saw the storm above red clay continent suddenly change. Strong wind. Rolling thunder. It is sweeping the entire earth. At the end of everyone's sight. 1,000-meter-long natural disaster green dragon suddenly emerged. A proud look. Dominate the world. The wind and clouds are throbbing. Lightning and thunder. The giant dragon trampled on the sky and the clouds. Rolling purple thunder. Walk with you. The long and narrow dragon dances in the wind. The sharp dragon claws show their sharpness. The green dragon scales are as solid as golden soup. The king of beasts looks down on the world. Even if it is several miles apart at this time. But the powerful aura that despises all the people. And the domineering pressure of sacred majesty. But it has already swept over. The dragons might be in panic. Cleansing the world. Prestige the heroes. Who competes with you? Dragon. It's that man here. Now. All the soldiers below on the faces. They all showed an inexplicable look of horror. The dragon people in the square. He was so scared that he sat on the ground. This scene in front of you. For them. It's like a nightmare. Because. The appearance of that man. It will inevitably be accompanied by death and disaster. Open black lens bracket Godslayer close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket the biggest enemy of the world ZF close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket the most vicious criminal in the world close black lens bracket. The man who was regarded as a taboo and a demon by the celestial dragon. Falling from the sky. Boom. With Yu step forward. The powerful pressure swept the whole audience instantly. Tens of thousands of miscellaneous fish, waiting for battle. There is not even a chance to speak. They all fell under the shock of ordinary color domineering. However, without waiting for Yi to continue moving forward. But the system prompt sounded again in my mind. Open black lens bracket ding, the check-in location, Mary Chowa, was detected, please ask us the host checked in. Close black lens bracket. Yi raised his eyebrows, sign in now. Ding, sign in successfully, congratulations to the host for its special ability, listen to the voice of everything, for improvement, the current level is LV3. Close black lens bracket. Ding, congratulations to the host for successfully completing all the progress of the Heaven King Awakening mission and obtaining the Heaven King's power, that can freely control all celestial phenomena. Close black lens bracket. A divine power. Instantly integrated into Yi's bloodline. Even at this moment, I am on land. But even a breeze above a height of 10,000 meters. It is hard to escape Yi's perception. Thunder and rain. All are heavenly kindness. And at this moment, Yi is heaven. Although the power of the Heavenly King has just awakened. It looks like Yi is in the Qinglong form. There is no difference between the celestial phenomena that can be controlled. But in fact, even if he doesn't use the power of Phantom Beast type and Azure Dragon form now, in the most common human form, it can still trigger the celestial phenomena, reduce disasters and natural disasters, and, regardless of strength, range of action, still a kind, they are more than several times stronger than before. To put it simply, the King of Heaven approximately equals Storm Girl. It seems that I expected it was right. The last sign in to complete the progress is indeed here. Yi showed an evil smile on his face. Very satisfied with this result. 190. Yi, we finally meet. Just when Yi was stunned. I am, who was covered in black robe. He has already walked out of Pangu City. This is her nearly 800 years. Walk out of this castle for the first time. No way. The enemy I'm facing this time is really too powerful. The empire she created. It has reached a critical moment in danger. Cold eyes. Through the pure gold mask. He looked directly at the young man opposite him who looked like a very handsome face. A powerful aura that makes people feel trembling. Like a hawk. A sharp look with a very aggressive and sharp look. After a careful look, even I couldn't help but praise. 5 old stars, they finally underestimated your talent, and I'm afraid this is also the fundamental reason for their final defeat. Yi, your strength and talent are really shocking and incredible. I originally thought that the only one who could trigger this world and cause bloody storm was the clan D who inherited the blood of sin. But now it seems that I was wrong. Ah no, it should be said that everyone was wrong. I suddenly stretched out his right hand forward. Abnormal. Take a look of winning over the hearts of the people. Said in a tone full of temptation. I like your strength very much. If you are willing to surrender to me now, I can let you directly replace the 5 old stars and get supreme authority over one person and over tens of millions of people. From now on, in the eyes of the world, you are the new king of this world. You can enjoy all the beauty of this world and all the privileges. Chapter 178. The identity of the girl from the moon was exposed. Yu Hung looked at Yi with confidence. Waiting for his answer quietly. Only. In her opinion. Such conditions. For pirates like Yi. It's so rich. After all. Pirates are all greedy. A guy who does anything to achieve his goal. Naturally, we won't risk being killed. Reject this win-win proposal. However, one person. Yi glanced at the horns with a mocking sneer. Said lightly. How arrogant are you, that I think I will be willing to be your puppet slave like the idiots of the 5 old stars. Did you not figure out what's going on right now? Now I just need to solve you, and the promises and powers you just mentioned will fall directly into my hands. So, why do I have to do this in vain and choose to surrender to you? Not to mention. Yi suddenly showed a signature smirk on his face. He said unceasingly. Just because of you, a girl from the moon, deserves to surrender me. What? Under the golden mask. An extremely complicated look appeared on Im's face. Shocked. Have anger. Have a clue. After a while. Im said firmly. It seems that you have really interpreted the information recorded on historical text. As it is, then I will take back the invitation I just sent to you. You must die here today. Haha, do you want to kill someone again so soon? Yu ignored the other party's threat. Instead, he joked with a smile. Aren't you curious about how Nika described the inhumane crazy actions you did 800 years ago in historical text? Quote. I'm not interested in his comments. Im said in a cold voice. No matter which planet you are on, class and rule are inevitable. The world needs a king who can dominate everything, so that there will be order and peace. However, Nika's idea is too ideal. He wants to create a world without discrimination, and to let all the different races and classes in this world live in the same world of freedom and equality. This is something that is simply impossible to accomplish. Equality and freedom will only breed more greed and depravity. I just corrected the mistakes he made. Tisk tisk tsk, I didn't see that you really beautify yourself. Yu sneered disdainfully. Open black lens bracket 3-eyed tried close black lens bracket, open black lens bracket fur tribe close black lens bracket, open black lens bracket mermaid tribe close black lens bracket, open black lens bracket light moon tribe close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Wano country close black lens bracket, open black lens bracket Sawu close black lens bracket, open black lens bracket Kandora close black lens bracket. When you and Nika are in conflict, the land of God he ruled has successfully absorbed the vast majority of races and kingdoms in this world. A huge country that has formed unprecedented dream kingdom. All the signs at that time showed that without your subsequent disruption and intervention, Nika's dream of world harmony would be completely possible. But there is one thing, I agree with you. This world really needs a king who can set rules and lead the world forward. It's just a pity that this person it doesn't seem to be you, Im. The descendants of the 20 kings who followed you to suppress and kill the people of Free Kingdom have long become the world-recognized garbage and borers. Im, you have been occupying the third of void for too long. Now it's time to give that position to me. Arrogant. Im snorted coldly with a look of contempt. You don't really think you can win me? Thinking back then, even Nika was not my opponent, why do you think you would definitely win the final victory? Hee. Yu retorted again. 800 years ago, if you didn't use your betrayal of your appearance, you first successfully paralyzed Nika, and then took a sneak attack and beat him seriously. Then taking advantage of Nika's injury to escape from the Red Clay continent, he led his people to massacre those people of the unaware of the original land of God. And turn the special abilities that these people have to use national treasure to plunder into the form of devil fruit. Then it is being distributed to those 20 kings who have followed you to rebel, and their men. If it weren't for you, the introvert who sold Bao, you would have benefited from such despicable means. What are you going to win against Nika, who has the 3 major divine guards, Sea King, and Plague, and divine guards? And isn't your title of Moon God the ones who were brutally slaughtered by you, and the people of the original God Kingdom for you? You are so cruel to attack your fellow tribe. How fucking you thirsty. Wanting to gain power and immortality. Shut up. Im sees those long stolen past events. Being re-released one by one again. I suddenly felt like I was stripped of my coat. He yelled hysterically. You don't know anything at all, I have loved that man deeply. For him, I even cut off contact with my hometown, Nibiru. But this ungrateful man eventually went against my will. We came here from Nibiru for no freedom and equality. Nietzsche has been completely lost. He only wants to be the joy boy who can bring laughter to this world. So I have to correct his mistake before his stupid behavior completely ruins everything. As the words fell, Im suddenly burst into unprecedented powerful pressure. The magnetic field on the entire Red Clay continent. All under the interference of some powerful force. It became disordered. Create force field and intervene with force field. Is this your tidal force? An interesting look flashed in Yi Yu's eyes. He said with great fighting spirit. It's a bit similar to Magneto's ability. But, yours is obviously a weakened version. It's useless to say more. As the words fell, Yi Yu's figure instantly disappeared from the spot. The next moment. Then he appeared directly in the air above Im's head. Only. The blow that he had not yet tested was officially dropped. A powerful repulsive force. Then it exploded from Im. Then he bounced Yi Yu directly backwards. Open black lens bracket force field katakana middle dot confinement close black lens bracket. Im reached out and grabbed Yi Yu in the direction of the air. Strong magnetism. Suddenly around Yi Yu's body. An invisible, force field cage, formed that cannot be seen by eyes. And as Im's palm closed, start compressing inward continuously. However, although this power is powerful, but I want to suppress Yi Yu now. But it was a little whimsical. Boom. Yi Yu just had a random blow. Then he directly knocked away the force field cage outside his body. It's not bad, but I didn't disappoint. But I'm curious, why did you choose to give up and continue to use the amplification power of National and fight me outside Pengu City? Can you say even an old monster like you who has an infinite lifespan cannot continuously mobilize the power of the country for a certain period of time? Yi Yu's words fell. A new round of attacks has been launched on the opposite side. This time, he directly increased his speed to the extreme. Although Im's power is extremely powerful. But physical skills. But it looks like Saint Ferdinand in 5 Old Stars is far from that. Boom boom boom. Boom boom boom. The battle instantly entered a strange situation that ordinary people could not understand. Yi Yu's figure. It seems to have disappeared. Always. From all directions. Launch a disorderly attack on Im that cannot be calculated. Hateful. Im immediately hated her teeth. But there is nothing to do. At present, in addition to creating a huge defensive field outside the body. Then like a turtle, crouching in the defensive force field to wait for an opportunity to fight back. Im has no way to deal with this man. Chapter 179, Amazing Guess, Moon Civilization Nibiru. But as Yi Yu guessed, it's not that Im doesn't want to use the amplification power of National Treasure. Come and destroy Yi Yu. Instead, if National Treasure is used continuously to launch an amplification attack, even I will feel overwhelmed. Because of the price that needs to be paid to launch National Treasure. It has never been as simple as lifespan. Otherwise, if it only takes several years, or even decades, to live, it can be unlimited. No counting the times. If you launch National Treasure continuously. So for those who have undergone elderly surgery. For Im, who has obtained eternal life. In this world, how could there be someone who dares to go against the world ZF and the Tianlong people? Only. How will she end this battle now? Although after Yi Yu group destroyed the 5 Old Stars, Im has paid enough attention to this young man, who has been dormant for 36 years before reappearing. But even so, when the two really fight, Im just discovered that. After all, she underestimated the powerful power that Yi Yu could burst out. The ultimate speed. The ultimate power. The ultimate skill. Yi Yu in neon horned monster state. Have already put my own strength. Improved to the extreme state. Add to the previous battle with 5 Old Stars. Accumulated. There are infinite superpositions of many god-level passive characteristics. And before departure. The Shan bean that Yi Yu ate can restore all consumption and trauma as before. 190. Under these various blessings and influences. Yi Yu at this moment. It has reached an unprecedented new height. Even if Im has enough to trigger the tide. The powerful force that changes the landscape. But he still took Yi Yu from the opposite side. A little helpless. Damn it, humble ant. Im never thought of it. One day myself. He actually ended up in such an embarrassed manner by other people's attacks. This is for her who is self-God. It's simply the biggest insult. He suddenly became furious. Powerful, repulsive field. A blast broke out from inside Im's body. Bang! Yi Yu, who is constantly wielding his attacks. His figure was blown away by a powerful repulsive force again. It's really a useful ability. Yi Yu stabilized his body again. He couldn't help but praise. No wonder you group of lunar people were called God 800 years ago. From the beginning of birth, it has power far surpassed humans, which is really enviable. But I'm a little curious now. What happened on the moon is that you can't wait to come to this planet. Can it be gold? Not enough resources, right? Because it is recorded in historical text. Only in that 100 years of blank space. The war in truth between Im and Nika. It does not involve the most time. The true intention and purpose of these moon visitors. So, Yi Yu for like Nika and Im. The real purpose of the alien visitor from the extraterrestrial civilization Nibiru. Very curious. After all, this can be regarded as an unsolved mystery in Pirate Now. According to the original work, Nicole Robin said when interpreting the words on Soul Consolation Monument in Sky Island. Yi Yu can almost confirm it. More than 1,100 years ago, it has always been extremely prosperous, but it was suddenly destroyed 800 years ago, that is, Gaia Island that was washed up to the sky more than 400 years ago. It is the earliest record of the lunar civilization Nibiru. That is to say, it is very likely that the first wave of Nibiru people, as early as more than 1,100 years ago, it was because the moon lacked gold resources and came to this planet. And this part of people, that is, the ancestor of the Sandia people in the original work. Or, these people were the earliest ancestors to educate and force them. That's why there will be. Later, Golden City Shangdora was protected by historical text. And the scene of being destroyed is taking place. So much so that the descendants of the Sandia people, only wearing animal skins, holding a wooden spear, sighing at the ruins of the once Golden City. How powerful and brilliant our ancestors were. As for the lack of gold on the moon, on Yi Yu's previous life, internet. At this point, it has been serialized long ago. The title page story about Aniro's moon landing was confirmed. And there is another point that has been confirmed at the same time. That is the text used by the Moon Nibiru civilization. And the text recorded on historical text. It's the same text. That is to say, historical text, the text on it comes from the lunar civilization. Yi Yu made extremely bold inferences from this. At least 1100 years ago. Because the moon people lack gold resources. A small number of pioneers, with civilization and technology far beyond this planet. I came to Gaia Island, which had not yet been blown into the sky by the current soaring into the sky. And constantly search and accumulate gold. Hope someday, when the time comes, all these resources can be brought back to the moon Aedj Nibiru. So day after day, year after year, Shangdala's gold is more and more accumulated. The prosperous Golden City gradually formed. And later, the hometown of Aniro. It has been circulating. That's about the moon having infinite earth. It is a legend of the place where God lives. Later. I don't know if it is the reason for the rapid depletion of resources on the moon. More residents of Nibiru coming from the moon to this planet. The vast majority of them. Finally, I chose to settle on the safer Red Clay continent. And with powerful technology, advanced civilization, and the inherent genius ability rapidly rises. A superpower that is feared by the whole world, land of God. Then time came 900 to 800 years ago. Red Clay continent, land of God, already possessed quite powerful power and influence. At the same time, they also welcomed their most powerful two kings. Sun God Nika, Moon God Im. Next, it is recorded in historical text. During this 100 years of blank space, the formation and destruction of the huge kingdom that was staged. Of course, those inferences before this. It was all Yu with the fragmented little ropes, combined with the speculation caused by Golden City, Shandora. And the truth of the matter. What exactly is it like? I'm afraid in this world, only I am, who is fighting Yu at this moment, knows it. These inside stories are not something that humble ants like you can find out. I am never felt so angry. Waving your right hand. The powerful, repulsive field once again knocked Yu backward for a distance. Only. With the powerful blessing of adaptive. Yu, who was in the state of Niuk monster, was actually in several attacks. He quickly adapted to most of IM's attack modes. Open black lens bracket repulsive field close black lens bracket the damage and power caused to him. Start getting a big discount. Damn it, I used stronger power with Valor, but the power seemed to have dropped. Under the golden mask, the expression on IM's face began to look even more and more ugly. Yu's difficulty. And the amazing acceptance of talent. Refreshing her cognition again. I used to hear the report from 5 old stars that Yu is a monster that can keep growing in battle. She still felt a little unbelievable. Or I didn't take it seriously at all. But now, after fighting Yu in person, she only truly realized it. How talented that man is. In such a short time, Yu gradually adapted to her attack. And your own strength and speed. In the battle, he began to increase upward at a speed visible to the eyes. Is this true or false? Is this guy really a human? Even the Naruka people who are born with special physiques and abilities. Nothing can reach this level. Swish 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 swish. Yu's body kept changing directions. A new round of attacks began. The speed is so fast. It's like a flash of body. In the blink of an eye. Then he raided directly in front of IM. Hateful. IM was shocked and angry. Wave your right hand out again. Bang. Yu, who has not yet broken through the outer defensive force field. Suddenly, he was bombarded by the newly created repulsive field. Only. Before IM could breathe a sigh of relief. The man opposite was like an immortal little hero. Then he appeared in front of her again. Start bombarding the outer defensive force field. And the other party's crazy smile on his handsome face. It made IM feel even more creepy. Madman. This guy is simply a lunatic. Chapter 180 The Angry IM, the Power of the King of Heaven. Bang 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 bang. Boom boom boom. In the blink of an eye. Yu had already burst out more than 100 fists at the defensive field outside IM's body. The speed is so fast. Even if IM opens all the firepower of seeing and hearing, color domineering, he could not catch his attack at all. Only a full range of repulsive field can be activated again. Bounce Yu out again. However, after being bounced this time, Yu was not as good as before. Continue to launch a new round of attacks. Instead, he looked at IM with a playful expression and said, "Stop acting there. IM, you won't really think that I will underestimate the enemy because of your poor acting skills and give you a chance to kill with one blow. You may not have expected that 5 old stars can tell me everything they learned from you when they are fighting with me. So, I advise you that it's better to show your trump card directly. Otherwise, I'll probably play with fire burn. After all, this is the ending battle that I am very much looking forward to. If it ends in such a hasty way, it would be a little boring, right?" Yu finished speaking. I am on the opposite side in defensive field. My nose was almost pissed. So disgusting. I was pretended by this bastard again. I didn't expect that those useless wastes would even reveal this secret at will. It seems that I really have to thank you very well for helping me kill them. IM suddenly changed his previous, weak, attitude. The defensive power surrounding the body shattered violently. Immediately afterwards. Unrivaled terrifying majesty. mixed with her unique tidal power. As if it is tangible. It was actually around Im's body. A powerful and indestructible barrier formed. Such a powerful change. Even Yu couldn't help but praise. That's right. You were so weak just now. Now this power is worthy of being my opponent. Come on, the warm-up session is over. Let me enjoy this final battle. Yu, please put away your proud-looking face. Im returned to his previous cool attitude again. Like a god who is above. He snorted coldly with his eyes. Arrogance is the root cause of your defeat today. You have just missed the only opportunity to beat me. Now only your death can eliminate the anger in my heart. However, Im hasn't finished speaking yet. A crescent moon-shaped chopper wrapped around ordinary color domineering. It has already broken out of the air. It is wrapped in a fierce power that seems to destroy everything. In the blink of an eye. It has already attacked Im. Bang! But just as the chopping wave was about to approach Im's body. But it was directly swallowed by the sudden explosion of the force field flow from outside his body. The chopping wave suddenly exploded and collapsed. A surging wave of air. Sweeping in all directions. And the sudden explosion of force field flow did not mean to stop at all. At the extreme speed that meat eyes cannot capture. He crushed towards Yu on the opposite side. Is it even a new force field that can penetrate the defense and cannot be broken? While Yu was dancing first-generation Gui Kei, he said with great fighting spirit. The gossip is over, it's really pleasant. Come and fight Im. Divine weapons dance lightly. The sword shadow blooms. In a blink of an eye. A dazzling flash. Intertwined with infinite sword intent. In fact, a channel was torn apart in Im's force field flow. Domineering murderous intent. Incessant panic. Yu's body was like teleportation. While successfully getting rid of the force field flow. Wave the demon sword in your hand. Tap Im's body directly. Buzz. Yu's attack. In the end, it was blocked by the powerful barrier in front of Im. I said, you have missed the best time. Im used her cold eyes hidden behind the golden mask. Staring at Yu, he said. The battle you are pursuing is worthless in my eyes. I always need only the result of making everyone surrender, and the result of this world's surrender is enough. Talk. The sound fell. Im once again controlled the powerful, repulsive field and knocked Yu away. Neither you nor Nika seem to have figured out a truth. This world actually does not need liberator at all. What they need is the king who can dominate their destiny. Im's whole body was entangled by the rushing flow of the force field. The powerful pressure made the entire space tremble. Ha ha ha. That's it, keep coming. Yu ignored the absurd arguments about Im's words. In his eyes at this moment. Only fight. He wants to challenge the existence of the world's combat power ceiling in the highest apex. Complete your own ultimate breakthrough. Yu's crazy laughter. Accompanied by the loud collision sounds one after another. It keeps echoing over the sanctuary Marichoa. The long-awaited battle. An unprecedentedly powerful opponent. Yu's fighting spirit has been completely ignited. The two of them were under the sky full of disasters. A shocking death fight was staged. Damn it, you're still laughing at this time. Im's face was furious under the golden mask. In this long period of thousands of years. No one has ever dared to provoke her so arrogantly. She was on Yu's body. I actually saw Nika's shadow. Impossible. It's definitely not him. This guy doesn't even have a guy in D's bloodline. How could it be the inheritor of that man? But Nika. Even Yu is really your inheritor. I will also defeat you 800 years ago. Defeat him. Because I am the unique king in this world. Boom boom boom. Bang 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 bang. The powerful force field flows like a surging wave. Keep going. He crushed towards Yu on the opposite side. The entire red clay continent was trembling violently again and again. Rumble. I don't know how long it took. A violent thunder and purple lightning was descended from the sky without any warning. The power of the sky fell like a star. Caught off guard, he directly tore open the solid defensive field around Im's body. She shrouded her proud body under the black cloak. Along with arrogant arrogance. All of them are shrouded in it. The extremely dangerous battle suddenly came to an end. Point 0. I didn't expect the power of the King of Heaven is really surprisingly useful. A surging force of nature burst out from Yu's body. Sacred land, Marichoa, the celestial phenomena above the sky. Suddenly, it began to change strangely. Open black lens bracket ice and snow close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket storm close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket lightning close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket flame close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket acid rain close black lens bracket. Many natural disasters that should not appear at the same time. It was actually in the blink of an eye. There are constantly strange wheels rotating above this world. It seems like in the dark. There is a powerful force controlling them. I cannot forgive you, the humble ant in the lower realm, dare. Im's roar came out of the smoke. And this high-ranking Lord of the world. The posture at this moment is extremely embarrassing. The golden mask on the face. As early as Yu's unexpected attack just now. Most of them were smashed. Snow-white hair. Brown skin. And under the broken mask. That cold and arrogant face full of tyranny and sinisterness. And the wide cloak on Im. Also in the high temperature of lightning. Burned into pieces. Full of mottled. Many indescribable scenery are revealed inside. However, when the smoke of gunpowder dissipates. When Im saw the strange changes above the sky. Suddenly he was shocked. This scene in front of her is for her. It's so familiar. Nunable. Why can you use the power of Uranos? Even if you are in the God's Valley you will get the fish and fish fruit that I sealed there back then. But without the bloodline of Nibiru you can't awaken the power of Uranos at all. What the hell is going on? How did you do it? Chapter 181 The Truth About Pluto. In Im's mind. I can't help but recall the huge war 800 years ago. In that earth-shaking battle. Even though Nika was seriously injured in Im's sneak attack. Even before the war officially begins. Used national treasure in advance. To use the miraculous power of many people of God's kingdom. In the form of devil fruit. 20 kings and their men were given. But when facing the 3 divine guards who are guarding Nika's side, God guards north of the king, Pluto. However, the 20-nation alliance was almost wiped out directly. Covering the numerous islands of New World. That bizarre and changeable evil bad climate. And below, Judicial Island. That huge bottomless abyss that is unsightly. These, visual images, that are simply unexplained by common sense. It was all in the huge war 800 years ago. The indelible mark left by the 3 divine guards. It is also in the world today. In addition to historical text. The only way to prove that the battle and 100 years of blank space history is the proof of the real existence of 190. And the reason why Im's camp can win the final victory. It's entirely because of Nika's kindness that can be called Super Holy Mother. If he hadn't been at the most critical moment of the battle. Suddenly stood up. It was almost done by the 3 people. The 3 people who almost succeeded in turning the entire battle situation around, Uranos, Poseidon, and Pluto, were the 3. This will win the best opportunity for Im and others to attack. I'm afraid who will be the final winner of this battle. It's really hard to say. But what makes Im feel the most ridiculous is that I don't know when it will start. An extremely ridiculous statement began to circulate on the sea. Pluto, one of the 3 god guards. It was actually described by the world as the most evil warship in history that was 1 gun, 1 island. Although 1 gun, 1 island is indeed true. The most evil warship in history, it does have its own ship. And the Judicial Island has an undefeated myth of 800 years. It was also really that most of the land was sank by the Pluto 1 cannon. This is what is now a wonder. But Plague does not equal the most evil warship in history. Open black lens bracket. The Kingdom of God close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. 3. The God guard close black lens bracket are all genuine. But Nibiru, man with the ability to destroy the world. And these 3 powerful monsters, only loyal to Nika. And the magical, the most evil warship in history that has been praised by the world. In fact, it was just the boat craftsmen who supported Nika's camp at that time. In order to deal with the huge war 800 years ago. And specially designed and created for Pluto. It's just a special ship that can amplify the power of Pluto. Simply put, it can be understood as the original work. Anilu uses the arc proverbs to create an extremely wide range of thundercloud weather. Then he released the lightning he created. By stimulating the thunder clouds, it turns it into a huge spherical black cloud. It looks similar to a spherical lightning. Its interior is filled with amazing airflow and current. Finally, the black ball thunder cloud fell from the sky. In the moment of falling, it will burst out with powerful lightning. Destroy all targets within the attack range. In the blink of an eye. It can directly turn a cloud island into dust. And at Aniro, he released his strength. The created Lei Ying. It can even destroy the entire country along with all the people. Played the same is true for destroying the island and destroying the country. This is the truth. And because this ship often appears with the name of Pluto. Over time. In the long years. In the legends left by the world. He mistakenly regarded this big ship as the real Pluto. It's ridiculous. Although after Pluto was killed, the warship was also destroyed at the same time. But in order to prevent Pleiades from falling into the hands of evil forces, and to preserve the spark for another huge war, the ship craftsmen of the ancient Seven Waters capital secretly preserved the design of Pluto. Under Im's order. Both the World ZF and 5 Old Stars really want to get the design drawings of this battleship. In the original work, the World ZF was even more 10 years old when Frankie was 10 years old. He thought that One Piece Gore D. Roger was charged with building a ship. Arrested his master Tom. But its real purpose. It is to get the design drawings in Tom's hands. But Tom, who guessed the real purpose of the world? In the dark. The design drawing of Pleiades was passed on to the iceberg. Finally until it was killed. Tom never revealed any of the design drawings. Later. This design drawing was handed over to Frankie. And the 5 Old Stars who did not give up completely. In order to find out whereabouts of the design drawings. He also sent several CP9 intelligence personnel to the Seven Waters capital. Go to undercover. Only. I'm afraid everyone including 5 Old Stars. None of them expected. IM wanted the real purpose of this design. It is to completely destroy this warship. Just because. The design of the part of the device that can increase the power of Pluto in this battleship. In fact, it was completely copied from the mechanism of the amplification power of the national treasure. Once this secret is discovered by someone who is minded, it is likely to create a single-scale growth force. It is not inferior to the national treasure super machine. In this way, IM and the world's biggest trump card will lose its effectiveness directly. Only by completely destroying the design drawings. This is the only way to fundamentally cut off. Someone will have another possibility of building a huge killer that can be comparable to national treasure. So, based on the above reasons and purposes 0. IM naturally couldn't stand up. Correct this erroneous rumor about Pluto. They wished they could continue to pass on like this. It completely forgets the true Pluto. In the original work, it's still this time and space that was completely rewritten by Yu. The design drawings of Pluto were all confronted with Frankie with CP9. A fire burned in public. I have to say, Frankie really helped IM and the others. And after that, the only one in the world who knows the truth of Pleiades. I'm afraid it's only 800 years ago. The piece historical text that was taken by Nefertiti, a generation after generation. Thinking about the past. Nefertiti I refused to move to San Marichoa. He is regarded as a traitor by 5 old stars and other Chinlong people. But the king of Alabastan has not been destroyed yet. It's entirely because at that time, Nefertiti I threatened to release the truth of Plaid. Signed an immunity with 5 old stars. Only then will he survive. This is why later the world and the navy allow Clochdal, one of the kings under the 7 warlords, usurped the kingship of the kingdom of Alabastan. And plotting, Plaid. The fundamental reason for completely ignoring it. And after the World Conference, when I am learned from the mouth of 5 old stars. Nefertiti royal family. No one can interpret historical text long ago. I also have no idea about the secret truth of Plaid. Then he decided to formally attack King of Alabastan. This will settle new and old grudges. And take back the 3.9-piece historical text that records the truth of Plaid. But even you, who has already known the history of 100 years of blank space. It's absolutely impossible to guess. This Pluto has the power to destroy everything. After death. Like the king. I am also used national treasure to make devil fruit. That is what happened later, dark fruit. And in the next 800 years. The only one who can exert the power of dark fruit to the extreme. I'm afraid there is also Lox D. Gebek, who is alone in the bloodline of D. But even so. Lox is away from the real Pluto. The strength is still far apart. Only. What shocked I am. You in front of you. But I don't know why. He actually got the same power as Wang Zi Uranos 800 years ago. That terrifying pressure that made people feel trembling. In an instant, I am relives the death threat that has been away for 800 years. Chapter 182 Warriors are fully opened. I am is about to die. There are many secrets you don't know. Yu said with a grin. Then should we sit down first and then tell you slowly one by one? Bastard, you dare to be like this with me, bang. However, Im's angry words have not finished yet. Yu opposite. He had already rushed to her. The first generation of Gui Ke is entangled with ordinary color domineering. While waving, it triggered countless black thunders. Above the sharp blade, it even added a layer of high-speed flowing wind element. Furious murderous intent. Roll out. In an instant. That was filled with a monstrous momentum. And a blow of infinite strange forces. It has turned into the 9 heavens of thunder. Peerless magic weapon. Cut down at I am. Swish. Yiyu's attack successfully cut open the defensive field outside I am. The sharp blade straight down towards the other side's face. Bang. Im's face showed a look of panic. But the speed is also not slow. At the moment when first generation Gui Che fell. Then used the left hand wrapped around the repulsive field. He blocked Yiyu's slashing with bare hands. Rumble. A loud roar. A terrifying turbulence broke out. For more novels 113,145 join. The ground exploded inch by inch. Shock waves generated when 2 powerful forces collided. Directly bringing everything around you. All moved to flat ground. Hateful. 04 Even if you awakened Uranos' ability. Do you really think you can defeat me like this? I am waved his right hand out with a fierce wave. The powerful force field Benliu bombarded Yiyu again. Is that really that true? Yiyu glanced at the horns of a sly smile. He said with great interest. But in my opinion, your force field doesn't seem to be able to completely resist the attacks entangled with elements, right? I'm afraid it's because of this that you are so afraid of the existence of Heavenly King. And put the fish and fish fruit in the altar of God's valley to guard it for generations. Almost as the words fell. Yiyu, who has not yet landed in the air. In fact, he went to I am, who was opposite, launched a new round of attacks. Open black lens bracket Domfet, Fengali, God avoiding close black lens bracket. It integrates ordinary color domineering that is enough to cause a blow from the air. Wind element that improves speed and penetration to the extreme. And the huge crescent moon-shaped slash of thunder element that raises destructive power to the extreme. Tear the air. It is surrounded by the infinite sharp edge of everything. He actually cut open the force field flow surrounding I am. He cut directly into her right shoulder. It was almost cut in half. But, at this critical moment of life and death, I am who suddenly came to his senses from his surprise. With hands wrapped around powerful power, he grabbed the huge slash that almost condensed into substance that was cut into his shoulder. And use more powerful power. Directly use this slash that combines the power of Heavenly King to explode. Anger. Humiliation. Frightened. Resentment. I am seemed to be completely angry. An unprecedented terrifying power burst out from the body. Powerful pressure. And the force field that is sufficient to interfere with reality. The area where the two of them were fighting was directly blocked. It's like a prison for death. No final victory or defeat. No one can leave here alive. Are you finally going to use your full strength? An unprecedented high fighting spirit flashed in Yiyu's eyes. In Im's suspicious eyes. He actually took the initiative to return first-generation Guiche to the sheath. Then start to adjust your breathing. Well Yiyu, what tricks do you want to play? I am stared at the other party with a cautious look on his face. He did not dare to take action rashly. I was afraid it was some trap set by Yiyu. However, just a few breaths. Im's face became horrified. Because of the momentum on Yiyu's opposite. It actually changed with the breathing. And there was another huge change. Rumble. With respiratory method, it begins to work. A huge pressure that ruined the world actually broke out from Yiyu's body. And with the momentum of a tornado. Covering him. This is in Niake's strange. Using respiratory method. The power to reach its limit. With the advantages of martial arts. The strongest posture to fully play to the extreme full martial arts. The gorgeous and powerful martial arts posture. And the terrifying aura that made even a peerless strong man like I am tremble. Since successfully opening Neon Horned Monster State. This should be considered. Yiyu truly showed his strongest martial arts for the first time. In the original work, the Hungry Wolf relied on his strong posture of full martial arts. When facing the Bald Demon King who is enough to completely crush himself in terms of strength, speed, etc. Success is done by smart means. Dodge offensive. Block the route. Jedi counterattack. Successfully knocked away and repelled the Bald Devil many times. There is no doubt about your strong strength. And this time, Yiyu decided to use the martial arts he had been pursuing. Come for this great battle. Give it the perfect ending. I am, let's do the final break. The words have not ended. Yiyu used incredible speed. It appeared in front of I am in an instant. Swish. The right hand, which is condensed with unparalleled strange power, is out of the sheath. It is like thunder. In between lightning. In a pleasing and elegant posture. From an extremely tricky and weird blind spot angle. Tear the air. He slashed down towards I am with a horrified expression. What? Almost at the same moment. I am instinctively activates the force field to avoid it. Finally, it was a moment of life and death. Almost avoided this fatal blow. But even so. But a large area of fine cold sweat had already been shocked. Even though her sense and domineering attitude has, foreseed, a bad future. But Yiyu's speed. It's really too fast. Only. Before I am could regroup. Yiyu's figure was unknown. It appeared quietly behind her. Bang. An unusual whip leg. Directly before I am makes a defensive posture. He bombed her heavily. Hateful. I am, who rolled backwards one after another, slid back hundreds of meters away, was shocked and angry. But she hasn't waited for her to stand firm yet. Yiyu in the distance actually appeared in front of her again at an unexpected speed. Puff. Cut it horizontally. There is a god's edge out of the sheath. The clear cold light carries infinite sharpness. A huge wound was left directly between Im's waist and abdomen. Blood splashed out. A powerful impact. He even bombarded the latter from a distance of 190 again. Impossible, absolutely impossible. On Im's beautiful and gorgeous face. It has long become extremely distorted in fear and anger. The man opposite. In an instant. It has been upgraded to another, invincible, attitude again. An attack that seems to be casual. But the move is fatal. The terrifying aura emanated from Yiyu's body. It made her feel even more trembling about it. Your era is over, I am. Yiyu's figure appeared strangely. The right hand forms a knife. He cut off without hesitation. Bang. Life and death juncture. I am casts a powerful, defensive field to block Yiyu's slash. But a scene that makes people feel desperate appears. Puff. A wisp of wind blade. I don't know when. The defensive field that was blocking Im's body. Before her moon. A narrow wound that penetrated up and down appeared directly. In the state of Warcraft full open. Yiyu can perfectly utilize all his power. In the most elegant posture. Launch the most extreme fatal attack. Why is this happening? I've obviously been defended. You are just a mere human being. No matter how strong you are, you will never be able to surpass me as a god. It is absolutely impossible for humans to reach this state. I am seemed to go crazy. He yelled hysterically. Obviously. She was already scared by the man like a monster in front of her. The feeling of retreat even emerged in my heart. If you continue to fight, she's really likely will die. Chapter 183 The Godly War ends and I am is defeated. Open black lens bracket God close black lens bracket. What a ridiculous title. I am, you're a little too high on yourself and Nibiru's alien civilization. Whether it is you, Nika, or all the three god guards like Urano's even me. Actually, we are all just a drop in the ocean in the complex world. In the world you don't know, there are countless top-level powerhouses far beyond your level. From the beginning, I was not interested in what happened in 100 years of blank space. For me, only by constantly breaking through myself and constantly becoming stronger is the martial arts I always implement. Yiyu seemed to be no longer interested in continuing to play with while moving towards each other step by step. Said in a voice full of oppression. Come on, experience the despair brought to you by the people in the lower realm who you regard as an ant. Etc. What do you mean when you say there are other worlds? Bastard, you don't come over. The expression on Im's face had long been replaced by shock and fear. She even smelled clearly. The smell of death. Escape. In Im's heart at this moment. Only this idea is left. Facing Yiyu who was pressing forward step by step. While released a powerful force field rushing stream to attack. He was so panicked. Turn around and run towards Pangu City. As long as you can return to the third of void. She can launch the huge amplification power of National Treasure again. Destroy Yiyu, a monster guy. Even at that level of attack. It is likely that most of the Mary Chawa will be destroyed. At the same time, it will also affect countless celestial dragons. But in the face of life and death, then what can it count? However, such an attack is destined to be unable to defeat Yiyu in the current state of Wujian full open. It's only now that I remembered to return to Pangu City to launch National Treasure. It's a bit too late. Do you think that attack just now can still stop me? But no matter what, I want to thank you. If it weren't for the end point, like you, I wouldn't have grown to the current height in such a short period of time. In other words, all this is thanks to you, so I can defeat you in such a manner. Yiyu passed by his elegant self-power field. The powerful pressure followed every step he took. And it is rising upwards. Ignored Yiyu's ridicule. Continue to escape towards Pangu City. But I haven't taken a few steps yet. An extremely terrifying pressure suddenly enveloped her. Yi Yu's joking voice rang again. Only. This time it was very close. It's really funny. Whether it is you or the 5 old stars, you guys who have always liked to regard themselves as God, are all at the critical moment of life and death, showing such a greedy attitude of life and fear of death. Is this worthy of being called God? Die false God. Everything is over. Whether it is the world ZF or the dragon people, they will completely die with your death. Disappear. Open black lens bracket strange killing fist katakana middle dot shen killing assault close black lens bracket. As the words fell, Yi Yu's fists. He had already swung the shadows of fists in the sky in midair. The strange power is rising. Hell is absolutely ringing. Break the determination to fate. Pour the strongest combat power. After this battle, who will stand at the top of this world? Achieve an unprecedented legend. Open black lens bracket fist close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket refer to close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket claw close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket palm close black lens bracket. All attack methods that may appear in martial arts. All of them are revealed at this moment. Im's face showed an inexplicable look of horror. An unprecedented fear instantly enveloped the whole body. Hurry up all the power. Create a defensive force field around the body to resist. However, in the face of absolute power, any defense, they all look so pale and powerless. A powerful destructive power that can break through the meteorite group. Enough to capture the dynamic superspeed of atomic slash. It is enough to cover 360 degrees without any blind spots. Enough to resolve the extraordinary defense of the bald demon king continuous ordinary fist. The terrifying lethality of the top monster that can be killed instantly dragon level. Plus, it also incorporates power of heavenly king ordinary color domineering and armed color domineering. In the state of Warcraft full open. This set of boxing techniques brings power characteristics and skills to the extreme. The thunder suddenly sounded. The sky was shocked and the earth was shaken. Gather the great achievements of martial arts. In line with the creation of heaven and earth. Puff 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 puff. Bang 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 bang. It was just a very short moment. Yi Yu then smashed the defensive field in front of Im to pieces. Thousands of fist shadows enveloped her. Open black lens bracket are you going to die? Close black lens bracket. Nika, your prophecy back then seems to have come true. Some things will not be stopped, the inherited will, the dreams of mankind, the destiny of the times. As long as human beings do not stop exploring freedom, these things will never end. Nika, do you know that this passage you left before your death was called, these will, by later generations. Although I have tried my best to stop your will from rekindling and lead the world to dawn again. Open black lens bracket, but it seems that I was unable to stop this from happening in the end. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. I seem to have really failed. Close black lens bracket. In a blink of an eye, Im's whole body exploded into a ball of blood and mist in the shadows of thousands of fists. In the strong fist wind, the smoke disappears. Since then, this person comes from the Moon Nibiru civilization. During the 100 years of blank, successfully took office through means such as killing husbands and extinguishing clans. Destroy Dream Kingdom with your own hands. Build the world. Support the puppet. The power of the figure 5 old stars. Give 20 kings world nobles privileges. Enjoy the supreme power unique in this world. And in 800 years. Chasing all those who are related to Dream Kingdom. At the same time, what happened during the 100 years of blank space will also be. I am, who has been completely erased from history. That's all. With regret and reluctance. That's the end. Tilde Ha is the state of full martial arts open, almost reaching its limit. Before formally lifted. Yi Yu uses seeing and hearing the domineering spirit. I searched the entire red clay continent carefully. After confirming that there is no threat to his existence. This will relieve the power one by one. Return from weird to an ordinary human form. And enters the weak, degraded state. But compared to the past, you today, even if you enter the degraded state, still have the power to fight. Not to mention, the effects of many passive characteristics blessings on him are still there. And there is also the power of the king that is enough to trigger natural disasters. Even at this time, there are many CP members responsible for protecting the Tianlong people. But in front of Yu. But they can't escape the fate of being killed instantly. Let you pigs live a little longer. Yu thought about it. He did not kill those Tianlong people who were shocked. After all, these guys will have great use afterwards. Public punishment. Win people's hearts. Kill the chicken to scare the monkey. All aspects of this. Which one can lack the help of the Tianlong people? Hey, it's been so long, why haven't Yu Denuos appeared yet? Yes, he wouldn't be defeated by the Tianlong man named I Am. It shouldn't be true, he is already so powerful. Is there really a stronger existence in this world than him? You haven't seen the previous tsunami group. It's definitely not a scale that humans can create. That's right, even Whitebeard said that he couldn't do his shock fruit. The battle between those two people should probably be described as divine war, which is the most appropriate one. Oh my god, please bless Yu to return with great victory gone. Yes, we really don't want to accept the rule of the celestial dragon people and the world ZF. Hey, everyone, look, the figure above the sky is dragon. That's great, it's Lord Yu who is back. So did Lord Yu defeat I Am? Quote. Yes, it must be like this. Oh my god, I didn't expect that man actually achieved a feat that no one could accomplish in 800 years. Don't be so fussy, after all that man is Lord Yu. Next will we announce the truth about 100 blank rooms. Chapter 184 The Truth of the Great Decipher Open black lens bracket 100 Years of Blank Close black lens bracket Part 1. Roar. Accompanied by a thunderous sound of a dragon. Yu, who transformed into the natural disaster. Stepping on the sky and the clouds. With a rolling purple thunder. Swiped down from above Malin Vando. That's great, it's Brother Yu. Woo, I would be fine if I could be as casual as Brother Yu YYDS. Oh Lord Yu is so handsome. I really want to turn into his shape. Every time Lord Yu appears, he is so dazzling Yahahaha, I have said a long time ago that in this world, only Lord Yu is worthy of calling him God. Momo it seems that we are the final winner of this battle. Barrett, Whitebeard and others were overjoyed when they saw this. Yu's successful return. It indicates the greatest reliance between the world and the dragon people. The mysterious boss I Am who can trigger the world-destroying tsunami group. Already defeated. So, all of them will be this unprecedented event. The final winner of Great War. At the same time, they have also become 800 years. The only strongest camp that successfully subverts the rule of the world. Hee, husband, I knew I wouldn't lose. On the beautiful face of the little white-hair Orbajana. A happy smile suddenly burst out. Open your arms with admiration. He plunged into Yu's arms. I Am has been killed by me 203 inches. Yu gently caressed Orbia's hair. Said in an extremely gentle voice. No, it's time to make the history that has been hidden by the world for 800 years and be made public. Hee, are you finally coming? Barrett's face showed a rare gossip. He said very much. We have been guessing before, what is the history of the 100-year blank that was deliberately erased by the world? Yes, the history that can be regarded as a taboo by the world is definitely not that simple. Tazzolo said with a burning look on his face. Yes, in recent years, in order to curb the world's exploration of things related to historical text, we have been killing people all the time Kizaru said thoughtfully. The Ohara where Orbia is located is the most obvious example. Gulalawafut shit represents justice. The Whitebeard snorted coldly with disdain on his face. Whether it is the Navy or the world, the many things that have been secretly done in secret over the years are no worse than our pirates. The other people also nodded. Olbia, be brave and tell the world all the truth. Let them see what unforgivable crimes the ancestors of the world and the dragon people committed 800 years ago. Amid Yi's gentle encouragement, Orbia mustered up his courage. Aedj came to the giant video phone bug that had been transferred to the square by Tazolo's men. Slowly revealed a secret that was enough to shock the whole world. 900 years ago, the land of gods, on the long clay continent, welcomed a new king who had just arrived from the moon, Nika, and his wife Im. But unlike the king who only knew how to collect gold resources before, Nika had great interest in this new planet, full of unknowns and surprises. And the innate ability to listen to everything allows you to communicate completely without barriers with any different race in the world. So shortly after arriving on this planet, Nika handed over the kingdom of gods to his wife Im, and he quietly brought Uranus, Poseidon, and Pluto. Close black lens bracket. The three of them embarked on a journey around the world together. While traveling around the world, Nika and the other two met Mermaid Clan, Three-Eyed Clan, Long-Hand Clan, Long-Legged Clan, Giant Clan, Snakehead Clan, Small Clan, human races, and fur races, and many special races that are discriminated against by humans. After communicating with members of these races, Nika truly realized the complexity of this world. Open black lens bracket. Although members of the Nibiru civilization are no different from humans in terms of appearance and physical appearance, close black lens bracket. But in a sense, Nika and the people of God's kingdom are actually not human, close black lens bracket. But it is precisely because of this that Nika can better understand the pain of these rare races being discriminated against by humans. If you only look at the world from the perspective of human beings, this concept would be a bit too narrow. But Nika would not criticize humans for this, because in the eyes of humans who were still in a relatively backward state at that time, special races like Mermaid Clan, Three-Eyed Clan, etc. are simply things beyond their cognition. It is just human instinct. That is why these special races face the eternal killing, expulsion, discrimination and exclusion of people, because they are not humans. In addition, Nika also encountered slaves and civilians living at the bottom in some countries. The opposite side endured oppression and pain day after day. The poor man who has no freedom or dreams in his entire life, Nika and his group can't help but help when they see it. Over time, among the slaves of all countries around the world, a legend of Nika who can save all slaves and bring freedom and laughter to them has spread. So, Nika decided to rely on the technological power of the Nibiru civilization to build a brand new and inclusive, ideal country, under the Red Clay continent. The name of this country is Dream Kingdom. In his conception, Dream Kingdom will become a place that can accept all kinds of races around the world, put aside prejudice and discrimination, get along well with each other, without suffering, killing, no king or rank. Close black lens bracket. In this country, people always have happy and satisfied smiles on their faces, and Nika will not act as a king or leader in this country. Because what Nika and Dream Kingdom advocate is the equality and freedom of everyone, a special decentralized existence that is different from any country and regime. Here, it will become synonymous with freedom and dreams. So, in the next period of time, Nika broke through layers of difficulties with the help of the powerful strength of Uranus, Poseidon, and Pluto, and successfully established the original Dream Kingdom. Slowly, many members of different races came to join Dream Kingdom. This includes the Mermaid Clan, who is extremely eager to live on land, and the Three-Eyed Clan, who has special reading ability. And the members of the Wano country, who have had trade with Golden City Camdora, who have not yet closed the country. A large number of members of the Fur Clan, which have always been regarded as wild animals and animals by humans, also rushed here to settle. No matter how you look at it, the Dream Kingdom built by Nika is developing in a better direction. As time goes by, in this huge country of happiness, equality, and daily laughter, those who agree with Nika's philosophy and follow him voluntarily gradually began to call him Joypoi, translated as a man who can bring happiness to the world. During this period, Nether Poseidon, one of the three god guards, created a spark of love with the Prince of Fishman Island, who came to the Dream Kingdom to investigate. Not long after, he successfully gave birth to a mermaid princess who perfectly inherited Poseidon's power of Sea King. And Nika also made a promise to the prince of Fishman Island when he left with Poseidon and his daughter, that one day in the future, Dream Kingdom will definitely develop into a huge kingdom that is enough to accommodate Fishman Island 5 million people. And they only need to build a large ship that can be used for migration before the official arrival of this day. As time continues to move forward, this somewhat special and inclusive Dream Kingdom has its existence and ideas successfully circulated all over the world. While winning the recognition of many people, it also attracted a new group of settlers. As all kinds of people join and as people prosper, the population of Dream Kingdom begins to grow and grow into an existence that cannot be ignored in any country. And the continuous growth of Dream Kingdom and the powerful attraction brought by its concept of freedom and inclusiveness have gradually begun to touch the interests and bottom lines of many countries. The root of the disaster is buried deep. Close black lens bracket. Chapter 185 The Truth of the Great Decipher Open black lens bracket 100 Years of Blank Close black lens bracket Part 2. Because the concept of Dream Kingdom is too tempting, it directly leads to slaves living in the lowest class of society in many countries. And a large number of people who rely on selling labor to survive, want to flee from their original country and settle in Dream Kingdom. But for the royal family and ruling classes of these countries, if these oppressible coolies are missing, those who maintain the normal operation of the country, which is dirty and tiring, and no one is willing to do, will be completely stranded. In this way, it will inevitably lead to a serious vicious cycle in these countries, and may even eventually die. Open black lens bracket So, while that Dream Kingdom continues to grow, its enemies it's also starting to increase. So, the royal families of 20 countries, including Alabastan, formed a powerful crusade army in the face of increasingly intensified core interests. Then the royal families of the 20 countries began to provoke troubles and were ready to formally launch an attack on the Dream Kingdom. Although Nika did not have any army within the Dream Kingdom, Nika used the high-end technology that far exceeded the planet's top. Please ask the craftsmen of the Seven Waters capital to create a super battleship that can maximize its power, which is the Pluto, in later generations. Later, when the 20-nation alliance was about to reach the city, Nika had to let Pluto show the powerful power of Dream Kingdom. So Pluto drove a boat and blasted a gun at the open space behind the headquarters of the coalition forces, which is the location of the Judicial Island in 800 years later. The ending is conceivable. When the leaders of the 20-nation alliance saw that Pluto had just shot, they sank such a huge land, so naturally no one dared to take action rashly. But these people did not give up. After successfully discovering that Nika came from the land of gods, they secretly sent people to board the Red Earth continent, found the ruler of the time, and declared to him that he was willing to respect her as the master of the world. And at this time had long felt resentment and anger because of Nika's long-term indifference to traveling around the world and the disobedience of the people of the God's kingdom to her, the steward. Open black lens bracket Although was very moved by the desire for power. However, he did not immediately agree with the proposal of the heads of 20 countries. Instead, he reported the last trace of reason, sent someone to the world to find Nika and notified him to return to Red Clay Continent to discuss important things. Uranos Nika, after leaving Uranos and Pluto in the Dream Kingdom, returned to Red Clay Continent alone. Next, in the ancient city Taltaros that was not buried at that time, the couple Nika and who were once loving. However, due to the completely opposite concept of rule, an unprecedented fierce dispute occurred. Although God's kingdom has powerful power and civilization far exceeding all countries in this world, Nika does not want to rule any other country. He just wants to create a huge kingdom that allows all races to live in peace, and then influence the world bit by bit, eliminate human grudges and discrimination against other races. Nika's dream is to one day let all the different races in this world live freely and equally in the same sunshine. Open black lens bracket However, his wife did not think so, and her thoughts had a great disagreement with the man she loved deeply. Close black lens bracket. In Im's opinion, Nika's idea of freedom and equality is extremely ridiculous and stupid. Whether it is humans or their Nibiru, no matter which civilization is inseparable from the rulers. And Im doesn't think that there is anything wrong with human beings treating creatures different from themselves as monsters and lower races. On the contrary, Nika's behavior of forming the Dream Kingdom is simply the most serious betrayal in marriage for Im, who has always been unaware of it. At the end of the argument, Im expressed her truest thoughts. This backward world of civilization should be dominated by a powerful person, and she is the best candidate. Nika's hypocritical kindness made him extremely weak, and he is no longer suitable to continue to be the king of the Lord of God, and she Im will become the absolute master of this world. Before Im officially took action, he gave Nika a last chance, hoping that he could reform himself and then follow him to rule the world together, but Nika resolutely rejected. The war is inevitable. In order to defeat Nika, Im chose to attack during the last breakup hot bag of the two, Nika's most relaxed sage time, and successfully seriously injured the other party. Then, during the process of Nika's serious injury and escape, he knew that the people of God's kingdom would never be loyal to Im, who was the user of power. At the fastest speed, he led the elite forces of the 20 kingdoms to bloodshed the entire Red Clay continent above the Red Clay continent. Those people of the God Kingdom who were completely unaware of the danger, were slaughtered by Im without knowing it. Except for a few survivors who successfully escaped, all the other killed people were plundered and transformed by Im using the power of national treasure to become the form of devil fruit close black lens bracket. To be on the safe side, Im also specially added a maximum limit to devil fruit, which is to fear sea water. The active ingredient pyrobroin is the key substance that constitutes sea lu stone close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket because as long as you use the Bao's amplification power, Im's tidal power can trigger the tsunami group anytime and anywhere, destroy any country and resistance forces. And the so-called devil fruit hosts demons with powerful abilities, which are actually those people of the land of God whose souls and abilities have been removed. And the restriction that each person can only eat one is due to the powerful blood factor extracted from the people of God's kingdom. After covering the original genes of the eater, a unique blood factor chain is formed, and the reasons why they are incompatible with each other. However, since the population of the lunar civilization Nibiru is already very small, more of them are converted from gold to special charged particles, thereby activating and giving wisdom robots close black lens bracket. So, even the powerful land of God actually does not have many people, which is the fundamental reason why devil fruit is very rare. In this way, Im launched the production of Nibiru royal family to complete the production of devil fruit. With the long lifespan of Nibiru royal family, the ordinary giant family has a super long lifespan of 350 years old close black lens bracket. Then Im summoned the kings who believed that the world should be ruled by the strong, and formed the original prototype of the world ZF. And gave the devil fruit to the kings of these 20 countries, as well as those who volunteered to follow them to launch an offensive against the Dream Kingdom. Open black lens bracket. Under Im's leadership, those kings who were full of ambitions for power and rule finally gained a powerful force that could compete with the Dream Kingdom. So soon after, a long-lasting war broke out. However, even after the 20-nation alliance was enhanced in the ability of the devil fruit, it still failed to be in front of Uranus and Pluto. And the desperate resistance of other races gathered in the Dream Kingdom can be said to be both sides suffer losses. However, because Nika built the Dream Kingdom concept, it advocates everyone's freedom, dreams, equality, and no violence. Then if this war is allowed to continue, no matter the outcome, it will completely go against his original intention. So, an extremely bloody scene happened. Nietzsche actually stood up again when she turned against the wind. Dream Kingdom dragged her seriously injured body. Nika persuaded me earnestly and hoped that Im and the kings of the 20-nation coalition could live in peace with the Dream Kingdom in the future. In order to express his sincerity, he even ordered Uranus and Pluto to give up resistance first. Open black lens bracket. The final result can be imagined close black lens bracket. This is also the fundamental reason why some historical documents in later generations record the huge kingdom that clearly possesses powerful power but loses in that war. The Dream Kingdom that fought back, because of Nika's willfulness and unwillingness to act alone, she ended up losing. Open black lens bracket. The King Urano's close black lens bracket was attacked by IM on the spot and killed by the kings of 20 countries while covering Nika's escape. The remaining Three-Eyed Clan, Light Moon Clan, Fur Clan, and other dragons have no heads. They are not opponents of the coalition forces with the ability of Demon Fruit, so the battle situation completely collapses. When Nika left, she said to IM and the kings of the 20 countries, "Some things will never be stopped, inherited will, human dreams, the destiny of the times, as long as human beings never stop liberty and equality these things will never end with exploration." Nika's words were later regarded as the remnants of Dream Kingdom and Divine Kingdom as the will of Drop passed down from generation to generation. Next, before the Dream Kingdom is about to be completely destroyed, Nika realized that IM and the kings of the 20 countries. It is very likely that after all, he and the existence of God's kingdom and Dream Kingdom will be erased or rewritten, and then the craftsmen from the Light Moon clan will be invited. The historical text engraved the truth of this history and the existence and concept of Dream Kingdom. And the text used to carve historical text is the special text originating from the Moon Nibiru civilization. Then Nika handed over 30 yuan historical text to the tribes of all races who had settled in the Dream Kingdom and brought them back to their respective countries to protect them. It is precisely because of this that historical text is scattered all over the world. And as one of the first members to join the Dream Kingdom, the Glow Moon clan has extremely deep feelings for this country full of freedom and equality. With the special mission of inheriting the reading and writing methods of historical text, they returned to Wano country, and since then they began a long journey of close the country. This is also why after following Roger to the final island of Luffy drew Odin of Haratsuki in the original work recorded in his diary, Wano country was once connected to the world. Close black lens bracket. And after Nika died of serious injury, a prophecy began to spread on the sea. 800 years later, Nika's will once again lead the world to freedom and dawn. The next development of the situation, as Nika expected, after the complete destruction of the Dream Kingdom. IM really ordered the erasure of Nika and everything related to Dream Kingdom, and began to destroy all traces of them that once existed in this world. And in order to appease the rest of the frightened countries, IM asked the first 20 kings to make an oath to the world, put down their weapons, and set up the Third of the Void. Promise that the world will always maintain equality and maintain the balance between the sea and the world, without the idea of a dictatorial world. But later, the king of Alabastan who accidentally learned the truth about the devil fruit. But because IM could not bear such bloody and violent behavior, he voluntarily gave up the opportunity to enter sacred land Marichoa and become world noble. Because of concerns about being targeted and cleansed by IM and other kings of the 19 countries, Neferutali deliberately stole the dark fruit symbolizing plain from Pangu city before leaving. Before leaving, Neferutal deliberately stole the dark fruit symbolized by plain from Fangu city. And after returning to the king of Alabastan, he used the power of the whole country to grab the historical text that recorded the truth of Plaid. Then it was hidden in the tomb where the remains of kings of all generations were guarded by generations. And using this as a threat, he signed a special agreement with the world ZF to ensure that his descendants can live in peace. So, 5 old stars said that the Neferutali clan to which Princess Vivi's father Cobra belonged was a traitor among the first 20 people. This is also why in the original work, Cobra took the initiative to find the 5 old stars during the World Conference and asked about the past. After the other party discovered that the Neferutali clan had lost the weight to threaten them, Alabastan was sentenced to extinguish the light. And dark fruit was not passed down from generation to generation in the hands of the Alabastan royal family, as the ancestors of the Neferutali clan expected. But in the long years, it was directly snatched from the tomb by other invaders. On the other side, the other 19 people except Neferutali as well as their descendants, then claimed to be the world nobles Tianlong people and enjoyed all the privileges in this world. However, the world ZF still encountered great resistance in the process of erasing the traces of Nika and the Dream Kingdom. Even though they burned all the books and records related to it, in that era, the Dream Kingdom had just been destroyed. The ideas spread by Nika have been recognized by many special races and civilians. Although people are not brave enough to resist the powerful world, they know in their hearts which is better, and which is bad, the world or the Dream Kingdom. So, many people who have joined the Dream Kingdom, or countries and races associated with it, try their best to resist the world ZF's clearance action. So a new round of larger-scale cleaning operations began, and there was a golden city, Chandora. But what really makes the world ZF feel a headache is the indestructible, historical text scattered all over the world. So in order to solve the problem of the people who can interpret the historical text, while searching for the whereabouts of historical text in secret, the world ZF people who claim to interpret historical text to the outside world. It was the evil party that wanted to use ancient weapons to reprovoke a huge war and began a long pursuit and killing. And those countries and individuals who vowed to the death to resist were all arranged to the Tequila Wolf working country in the East Sea and began to build the huge bridge that never ends day and night close black lens bracket. Finally, while successfully erasing Nika, God's Kingdom, and Dream Kingdom, the world ZF began to have more joint franchises. These are the ones that I am in the world. The 800-year-old erased and covered up. The entire historical truth of 100 years of blank space. And with the development and progress of the times. After 800 years of change. Including descendants of D clan. All have long forgotten this original history. If it weren't for these historical texts that could never be damaged. As a special carrier of that period of history. Words passed down. I'm afraid this history. It will really be as expected by the world. Completely disappear into the memory of the world. As Orbia tells the story. The secret that the world ZF tried hard to hide was finally cracked. The whole world is at this moment. Sink into endless shock. The destruction of the world. The end of the Great Pirate Age. The world has witnessed the destruction of a royal power with its own eyes. And the rise of another brand new royal power. Different from the world's rule with those cruel regimes. The Dragon Empire was established by Yi Yu. Its integrated Dream Kingdom, freedom and equality. He also joined the leadership and checks and balances of the royal power. A hierarchical tax system. Let those who originally lived at the bottom of society. The civilians who were unable to hand over the huge amount of gold in heaven cheered and excited. Naturally, he also sincerely supported Qi Yeyu, the new king. Yeyu didn't need to speak at all. The kings and royal families on the sea who witnessed his powerful means of destroying the world with their own eyes. Out of fear of God, generals such as Barrett and Whitebeard. They all took the initiative to choose to join the Dragon Empire. Voluntarily accept Yi Yu's rule. In just over a month, Yi Yu fulfilled the ultimate dream that Nika, Locke and others had never fulfilled in their lives. On one side is an irresistible overwhelming force. On one side is a free, equal and relaxed living atmosphere. Yi Yu not only accomplished the feat of unifying the world. Also, Dragon Empire. Built into a happy country full of joy and laughter. And Yi Yu himself. He was entangled by the girls all day long for the applause of love. The waiter helped the sweet and weak. It was the time to receive new kindness. The clouds are covered with flowers and golden steps. The lotus, the tent, warm the spring night. Spring night is short and the day is high. From then on, the king did not go to court early. Cheng, happy, has no time to attend banquets. Spring is from the spring outing night. Only. The days of life are destined to be short. Just half a year after Yi Yu unified the entire world. An unprecedented huge crisis. But it suddenly came to this world in a silent voice. Mouth. Chapter 186. Another world is coming, an island surrounded by a barrier. Peace is coming from all over the world. All directions are peaceful. Yi Yu was after unifying the whole world. I originally wanted to rely on the supreme power of the King of Heaven. The windless belt that blocks the connection between the four seas will be completely eliminated. After all, if you can pass directly from windless belt, almost equivalent to four seas. In the past, the front and rear sections of Great Route were connected together. This way, for trade and tourism, all are extremely convenient. But even EU want to launch a capability of such a huge scale. It also has to rely on the amplification ability of national treasure. Only then can it be achieved. However, a necessary condition for launching national treasure. It requires a lot of life force to be consumed. But EU 203 is now. But he did not obtain the immortal, eternal life. So I can only put this plan on hold for the time being. After that, let's talk about the solution when thinking about it. After all, according to Trafalgar Rod's loyalty to EU, as long as he shows a little, the other party will devote his life and everything without hesitation. But for such a loyal subordinate, EU could not make such an inhuman idiotic decision. After all, in addition to the surgery fruit, ageless surgery, pirate world there is another, nearly immortal, treasure existence. That is, pure gold. Although the actual effect of pure gold, it's just to delay aging to the maximum extent. But it also allowed the 5 old stars to survive for 800 years. The effect is self-evident. Then, EU directly took the task of looking for the huge lantern fish that swallowed pure gold. It was handed over to Bai Xing's 3 brothers. They led the army and civilians of Fishman Island. Enter different areas in 4 seas. Search for the whereabouts of the huge lantern fish. At the same time, EU also created the technology of the Navy to create the Halu Stone warship that can pass freely windless belt. Free distribution to shipbuilding factories within Sea High. Used to create more civilian ship support and commercial ship support. After all, each shipyard builds a ship. Every time a businessman conducts business, every increase in civilian income, it all means that the taxes of the Dragon Empire will be increased exponentially. After solving the problem of ship support, EU is for safety. She also specially brought Princess Baixing with Harano, now she should call her Princess Baixing. In the second year of EU's unification of the world, Bai Xing, who is over 18 years old, it is under the common witness of the whole world, married to EU, and the union of the two. This has officially eliminated humans' attitudes such as mermaids, three-eyeds, etc. Discrimination and barriers between these alien races. Joke. Even His Majesty, the great emperor of the empire, married the mermaid princess. If anyone dares to object, isn't that asking for death? So, accompanied by EU, Bai Xing activates power of Aquaman. Warn those huge Aquaman living in windless belt. Don't spend money on passing ships without malicious intentions. But if there is a guy who doesn't know how to live or die, if you dare to provoke them, then they can only ask for blessings. In this way, EU has also found a replacement Fang'en. Solved first. Windless belt passage problems. Next, EU sent someone to the hard and extremely hard bottom of the red clay continent. A huge passage was dug out. The front and rear sections of Great Route have been completely opened. And the past business people. Only an extremely low processing fee is required. Then pass by free passage. And, in order to completely cut off those homes that still have the pirate dream, my thoughts, he actually directly brought the ruins of the former Dream Kingdom, that is, the island of the last, Luftru. It has been built into a special tourist attraction. And to the people of the world. Paid open 0. What a shit one piece. What a distant big secret treasure. Now you only need to pay a certain amount of tickets. You can directly arrive at Ravdru. Explore the real big secret treasure. Then, with the promulgation of political decrees, Dragon Empire begins to become newer. Ordinary people have also come from the harsh living environment that has suffered from oppression and humiliation in the past. A prosperous and beautiful life has begun. There is no need for power or killing at all. People are extremely powerful towards this person. But he is kind-hearted. His Majesty, who cares about the world, is grateful. And Yi was light in nothing. Naturally, he became his free law emperor again. However, this day, a sudden news came back from the second half of the Great Route. But it disturbed Yi and Orbia's rest. Your Majesty, General Barrett's urgent report came back from the sea where Abiana Island was located. There he found a huge land surrounded by an unknown enchantment. According to the charts, before this area did not exist. General Barrett suspected that the island might have appeared there for some unknown reason. So General Barrett chose to continue to guard that 3.9 miles while hoping that His Majesty can go there in person to see what's going on. A beautiful maid walked into the luxurious bedroom. Report to Yi on the bed. Although the head is slightly drooping. But the maid's beautiful eyes. But I couldn't help but glance at the handsome and overwhelming man opposite. If only I could be as lucky as Princess Orbia. Conserve His Majesty Yi. It should be the happiest thing in the world, right? Not just this maid. Young women throughout the Dragon Empire. Almost everyone has this idea about this handsome and fascinating emperor. Weld Island surrounded by enchantment. Chapter 187, An Incomprehensible Barrier, A New Conjecture. Yi heard this. A look of interest suddenly appeared on his face. In theory. At the beginning of the establishment of Dragon Empire, Yi spent a lot of manpower, material resources, and financial resources. Redrawn the chart of the entire world. So, even in New World, it is absolutely not necessary to suddenly appear in New Island without a mark. Could it be? A very bold guess suddenly flashed through my mind. The expression on Yi's face suddenly became playful. If that's the case, that would be really interesting. Tell Barrett, let him continue to guard there for the time being. I'll prepare for it and go over and meet him right away. After the maid left, Yi did not make any more solutions. But directly with the help of Orbia. It was quickly redressed. Then before leaving, Yi thought about it. Instructed Orbia. Immediately notify Kizaru, Whitebeard 04 Sun and other god generals to send people to Four Seas and first half of Great Way and New World. Explore it carefully to see if there are any other islands shrouded by enchantment. Quote. Well, I know. Orbia nodded very well. Then he asked with some concern. Husband, why don't you take the guards this time and you have to rush there alone, right? It's too late. An excitement flashed through Yi's dark eyes. He reached out and stroked Orbia's hair. The voice said excitedly. If it was really as I expected, I'm afraid this world will face extremely huge changes from now on. Change. Although Orbia has become a human woman. But after all, I'm only 20 years old. The cute attributes have not completely faded. Subconsciously posing with a cute, blessed face, and looking at Yi. That's right. Yi said thoughtfully. But, I don't know whether this change is good or bad. But you don't have to worry about me at all. Have you forgotten? Your husband is the strongest person in this world. Yi is about his own strength. Still extremely confident. Even though he was really unfortunately guessed. The island that Barrett discovered. I don't know why. If you suddenly invade an alien world, in pirate world. As long as it is not like the late stage of Death World. And as in the middle and late stages of Dragon Ball World. Strong people who often destroy the world are rampant. With Yi's current strength. It should be able to deal with it calmly. Of course I know my husband is the most powerful. Orbia said in a coquettish manner with admiration. But they just can't help but worry about you, so you must be more careful. Well, I'll come back and continue to accompany you after I finish the matter over there. Yi after saying that. In Orbia's fiery eyes. Incarnate into the natural disaster Qinglong. Racing towards a certain direction in the New World. Open black lens bracket New World close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Abiana Island close black lens bracket The sea area. Boom boom boom. Boom boom boom. The outer periphery of a huge island shrouded in heavy clouds. Barrett, who has already started the strongest devil form. Just furious. Bombing the transparent enchant in front of you. However, even though Barrett has used the strongest fist, but he still couldn't shake the enchant opposite. Only on its surface. Causes rippling waves. Damn, what the hell is this thick fog? I can't even move my strongest killer move. Barrett stopped attacking with helpless look on his face. Before this, he has surrounded every direction of the island. Try it one by one. But the results are without exception. This layer of white thick fog shrouded on the outskirts of the island. It's simply indestructible. And what made Barrett even more surprised and depressed? Even if he has reached the ultimate state, the seeing and sex-domineering aura has fully opened its firepower. But it still cannot penetrate this thick fog. Perceive the situation inside enchantment. Obviously, this is not an island on the Dragon Empire chart. There is a big weirdness. But although it is impossible to detect the situation inside the enchantment. But Barrett's keen fighting instinct. But he issued a warning to him. It seems to be inside this world shrouded in fog. Hidden something unknown. A dangerous thing. This is also the fundamental reason why Barrett wants Yu to come over and take a look in person. Roar. Not long. Accompanied by a thunderous sound of a dragon. Yu, who transformed into the natural disaster. Stepping on the sky and the clouds. With a rolling purple thunder. From the distant sky 203. Racing towards Barrett's direction. Its brother Yu. Barrett's face suddenly turned happy. Only. Yu did not dive directly. But in midair. First, I flew around the island below, which was completely covered by thick white mist. It then slowly landed beside Barrett. Brother Yu, this island is very strange. Barrett stepped forward. Then he tried his previous attempt. All told, no matter how big or small, they said it. After Yu listened. His brows frowned slightly. Although I have not received a prompt from system at present. But Yu could almost conclude. The island in front of you. It should be a invasion of an alien world, of pirate world. But from the range of the island he just checked. Such an area. Although it is much larger than ordinary islands. But it is not enough to compare with those familiar, animation worlds, in Yeuyu's mind. In other words, that's really too small. Even the Naruto world with village is the unit of measurement. I don't know how many times it is bigger. This is just a part of a certain world. Chapter 188 Demon Slayer World, Spider Mountain in the Field. An extremely bold idea suddenly appeared in Yeuyu's mind. Immediately. In the puzzled eyes of Barrett and others. He put his right hand. Pressed slowly and even Barrett's full attack could not move the white mist entrance at all. Bo tilde tilde tilde. The moment Yu touched the enchantment with his fingertips. On the white mist enchant. A faint sound of bubbles shattering. Immediately afterwards. The originally indestructible enchantment. It was easily penetrated by Yuyu's palm. It's true. Yuyu's face showed a look of excitement. Then he called Barrett. Let him try again. But the result was somewhat beyond Yuyu's expectations. No matter how hard Barrett tried. Can't do it like him. It can easily penetrate the white mist enchant in front of you. Some unwilling Yu. He called a few soldiers to try again. The result is no different from Barrett. Even if they try their best. Even one can't push forward even a distance of 1 millimeter on the white fog enchant. It seems that this enchantment is only open to me for the time being. Yu waved his hand. The soldiers who were about to continue their attempts were called off. After a moment of contemplation, he said to Barrett, who looked beside him. Go and ask the residents who live on nearby islands immediately to see if you can infer that the island standoff was at what time. Clear. Barrett turned around and was about to leave. But then he stopped. He stared at Yi Yu with a strange expression and said, "Brother Yi Yu, can you want to help us enter this enchantment alone, right?" "Ha ha ha, you actually saw through it." Yi Yu burst into laughter. Barrett guessed right. Yi Yu did move and enter the enchantment to find out the idea. Because in his opinion, this enchantment is definitely not accidental to be open to himself. The sooner you can find out the real situation inside, in the future, face the dangers of unknown conditions, the smaller it is. After all, the current pirate world, but his territory. If you can't prepare in advance, in case of invasion of any extremely powerful plane, wouldn't that be the effort made? All the previous efforts were wasted. And if the time is right, maybe there will be unexpected surprises. Plus, Yi Yu is extremely confident about his current strength. If he wants to escape, I'm afraid there are really few people who can keep him. Hey, brother Yi Yu, your current identity is the leader of the Dragon Empire, It's the Great Emperor, how can you enter a completely unknown danger with a body of gold? Where is it? Quote. Barrett was rarely serious. His face was full of concern. This matter is directly related to Yi Yu's safety. As a younger brother, how could Barrett let Yi Yu take risks alone? Not sent to the department. Yi Yu shook his head with a very firm expression and said, "For me, the unknown is the biggest danger. If I guessed correctly, an island that suddenly appears like this is probably not accidental and the enchantment surrounding this island is likely to be automatically lifted at a certain time. If we cannot figure out what kind of world is hidden inside before these thick fog enchant are lifted, maybe at that time, the entire Dragon Empire will endanger. After all, in this world, except for us humans who live on this planet, there are also Nibiru people from the moon like I am and Nika, and space pirates from farther planets." Quote. Yi Yu's words were not exaggerating. Space pirate is real. At this point, already in the original work, the title page story related to Eniro has been confirmed. And now, in the world without formal confirmation of enchant, what was before? Yi Yu was not prepared to inform Barrett and others in advance. After all, invasion of the other world. For these natives of pirate world, it's indeed a bit too shocking. Brother Yi Yu, be careful. Barrett scratched his head with a tangled look on his face. Persuading others is not his strength. Plus, Barrett has always obeyed Yi Yu's orders. Naturally, it cannot stop the other party. Next, under the gaze of everyone, Yi Yu walked towards enchantment. The body quickly disappeared into the thick white mist. Demon Slayer world. Inside the mansion of Zi Tenghua family, a crow suddenly flew into the house, falling on the hands of a red-haired teenager. Then, in a very funny voice, the order of the demon-killing team is the master Yuyashia. It conveyed to the three people in the house. Northeast north, it's good, northeast north. The next place is in the northeast and north. All three of them went to Nation Spider Mountain, all went to Nation Spider Mountain. The three teenagers in the house immediately looked at each other. From each other's eyes, I saw their determination. And these three people. It was the dragon that joined the ghost-killing team soon. A few days ago, Tanjiro, the Kamaman, my wife, and Inosuke, who had just experienced the hazed house war. Then, the three packed their bags without hesitation. He hurriedly bid farewell to the old grandma Wisteria. Set off to rush to Nation Spider Mountain. After a full-day trek, Tanjiro, the three of Zaoman, finally fell when night fell. Come to the foot of the mountain, Nation Spider Mountain, which shows its gloomy atmosphere. Chapter 189. Kizaru is invincible here. Save. Save me. Just as Tanjiro and the other two were about to enter the forest from the foot of the mountain, a trembling voice full of fear break the dead silence of the dense forest. It came from the end of the dark path in front of the three of them. Tanjiro, the three of them looked at the sound of the sound. I saw not far away a man wearing the ghost-killing team uniform. Just looking scared. Crawling forward with difficulty from the ground. But the stiff limbs. But it seems uncontrollable. No matter how hard he struggles. They are still in place. Can't move forward a little. He is wearing a team uniform and is a member of the ghost-killing team. What exactly happened here? Tanjiro Zaoman rushed over without thinking. Hoppei Inosuke followed closely behind. However, the two of them didn't wait for rescue. The member of the ghost-killing team who fell to the ground. The body suddenly floated up. Then he flew backwards towards the depths of the dark and quiet dense forest in the distance. It's connected. I was also connected 203 inches. Save me. The wailing of a man before he disappears voice. It immediately made Tanjiro Kaoru and the other two feel like falling into an ice cave. Have you seen it? My wife, Shan Yi, was trembling all over. Pointing to the direction where the member of the ghost-killing team disappeared, he said. That person just now seemed to be pulled in by a few transparent silk threads. There shouldn't be spider ghosts in this mountain. HMPH, let me take the lead this time. The first reckless man in Demon Slayer Inosuke, who shook his arms and walked to the front. Looking at the gloomy and weird Nation Spider Mountain. He spoke boldly. You guys are trembling and following me. I'm so hungry. Ah, go. As the words fell. UK Inosuke rushed into the dense forest in a flash. Seeing this, Tanjiro Kaoru followed closely behind. Only my trembling wife, Simon Yi, stayed alone in her place. Don't dare to move forward. At the same time, somewhere in the forest, a tall figure wearing a purple robe walked out of a wall composed of white mist. It was Yiyu who came through Pirate World. Huh, is the time of the two worlds not synchronized? Yiyu looked up at the bright moon in the air. There was no rush to move forward. Instead, it directly opens seeing, hearing, and domineering spirit. To the maximum extent. Extend infinitely outward. Only. After a moment, his brows subconsciously frowned. And murmured to himself. In addition to this mountain, there is a wider area outside. It seems that this enchantment island that appears on the sea is just entering a corner of this world. But except for this wall, composed of enchantment, there was no fog surrounding the outer periphery of the island that appeared in Pirate World. It seems that the portal should be directional and single, that is, no matter which direction it enters from which island it will eventually appear from here. And there are quite a few people in this mountain, and this portal is so conspicuous. But no one has successfully penetrated the enchant and entered the Pirate World. This shows that my previous guess is completely correct. AEDJ. Open black lens bracket Enterprise close black lens bracket has not been officially opened yet, but the warriors in this world look very weak. It seems like a world with much lower combat power than piracy. After some perception, Yiyu is already in the world he is in. Get the initial understanding. Next. Just find a native person, who is the last one to him to verify the conclusion. But Yiyu was a little curious. Why at this time? His check-in system has no release prompt. Is it because this world is too trash? Is there no value for signing in at all? With questions, Yiyu soon arrived in front of the native closest to him. However, before he could speak, the man opposite was wearing the costume of ghost-killing team. He spoke first with a surprised look on his face. Civilian, swordsman. Why would you, the unlucky guy, choose to appear at Nation Spider Mountain at this time? Don't you know that there are very powerful ghosts living here? Oh, I'm so happy. I just heard the news, and I thought it was a member of the ghost-killing team who came to support me. But if the person who came here was not Pillar, no matter how many people would have no meaning at all. Open black lens bracket ghost close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket ghost killing team close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket column close black lens bracket. I heard the man talking and talking about himself. In Yi Yu's mind, the name of an anime suddenly appeared. Demon Slayer, Blade. No wonder the system doesn't even have a check-in information. It turns out that this is Demon Slayer World. Yi Yu's face showed a look of disappointment. There is no other reason. It's really because the combat power ceiling of Demon Slayer World is too low. Yi Yu didn't need to take action himself. Barrett, Kizaru, Whitebeard and others under his command. Send one here casually. It can almost push the entire Demon Slayer World. I'm afraid that in addition to the villain boss Ghost Dance, Woosen, who has the ability to instant regeneration, can struggle in front of these people a few times. Others. Whether it is the 9 strongest pillar of the Ghost Kill team. It's still the 12 Ghost Moons of Guiwu's subordinates. All are for nothing. Especially Kizaru, who has the abilities of Spark Fruit. In this world, it's just a fucking invincible existence. Chapter 190 Yi Yu's plan to invade the Demon Slayer world. Escape quickly, there is only one way to die if you stay here. This kind of place is not a place where ordinary swordsmen like you can come. If you don't know how to full concentration breathing method, no matter how outstanding your swordsman is, you can't kill Ghost at all. Of course, if you only want to leave now, it may be too late. Seeing that we are all going to die here, I will tell you all the information that I couldn't reveal. It is very likely that there is an extremely powerful ghost. There are 10 people in the team. Not long after I received the news, the team members began to kill each other like puppets. Having said that, the man opposite seemed to have a mental breakdown. He grabbed his hair with horror. Sitting on the ground, he shivered. It looks like I was really frightened. After all, these are the most ordinary members of the lower-level Ghost Kill team. They are just cannon fodder. And after confirming that this is Demon Slayer World, Yi Yu felt relieved. Now it's coming. And the external enchantment has not been officially opened yet. Yi Yu planned to walk around first. First, confirm it. Is there any place in this world that can't check in? Although the combat power of Demon Slayer World, it can't even catch Yi Yu's eyes. But Gui Wuyan's special physique. Yi Yu is very interested. If you can get it through sign in, the effect is simply comparable to elderly surgery. If combined with the strengthening of physical fitness, even stronger than the latter. As for the side effects of eating people, drinking blood, and fearing the sun, Yi Yu believes that the system will handle it directly. After all, when he ate Phantom Beast type and Azure Dragon form, open black lens bracket system close black lens bracket, he helped him directly remove all side effects. And another point. Yi Yu is going to consider it in advance. The troops required to invade Demon Slayer World. That's right. Now, the Demon Slayer World is destined to be connected to the pirate world where Yi Yu is located. Then as the great emperor of the Dragon Empire, Yi Yu. No matter what, it is impossible to allow such a world that is free from one's own rule. Especially an extremely weak existence. After making these plans in secret, Yi Yu then set out to be the first stop of sign in. It is determined to be the headquarters of the demon killing team. As for the reason, they are in Nation Spider Mountain at this moment. It is an extremely important place in the original work. It can be said that this anime hero Tanjiro Satsune's battle to conquer the gods. However, even in such an important location, the system still does not prompt sign in. This means that the level here is still not enough. So, Yi Yu directly chooses the place with the greatest possibility. If you can't even sign in the headquarters of the ghost killing team, then he gave up completely. Wait until the enchantment is officially opened. Just send a god general to conquer this world. Ah, it's this voice again. It was after hearing this voice that the team members who came to their senses began to kill each other. Just as Yi Yu was thinking, the member of the ghost-killing team beside him, he screamed in fear on his face. And in the darkness not far from the two, one by one, a series of mechanical and dull figures like walking zombies. He walked out of the darkness slowly. It was the spider ghost hidden in the forest. Members of the ghost-killing team who were being controlled. Stay there and wait for me. After I get rid of those ghosts, you need to take me to the headquarters of Ghost Slayer. Yi Yu said without looking back. Then his figure was like a ghost. It disappeared from the spot. Perhaps for these members of the demon-killing team. In such a terrifying forest, it is very difficult to prepare to locate the ghost position. But for Yi Yu, who has seeing and sex domineering. But it's a simple thing. It's not just the female ghost who controls these members of the Ghost Slayer. The whole nation Spider Mountain. They were already shrouded under Yi Yu's powerful seeing and hearing domineering aura. Exhaust disappear. The member of the ghost-killing team was stunned at first. Then he kept shaking his head and said, "It's useless. No matter how fast you speed it is, it's useless. In the end, I'll just go to die." However, his voice had just fallen. Those puppets who walked out of the darkness. It was like a kite with a broken string. Slammed to the ground one after another. Ah, it hurts me so much. It seems that the body has returned to freedom. Woo-woo, it's true, we finally got out of control. Looking at the teammates who were lying on the ground and crying. The man was stunned. His eyes were shocked toward the direction where Yi Yu disappeared. The voice trembled and murmured to himself. It's really what did that man. At the same time. Demon-killing team headquarters. It's so hard to come back. Ghost-killing team. When the main producer Shikia Yoshia returned home with a letter. The voices extremely gentle said. Have almost all of my swordsmen been killed? Maybe there is 12 ghost months there. It seems that we must let the pillar go there to completely calm the situation there and prevent the situation from deteriorating further. Royal, endurance, I'll get rid of it for you too. Chapter 191. The rules that must be followed. Abide by the order. In the room. A calm and serious young man with black hair. And another girl with purple pupils and a feather cloak with butterfly wing patterns. Both of them responded with great respect at the same time. These two people. It is exactly what is in Ghost Killing Team, 9 pillars. Open black lens bracket Shueiju close black lens bracket Yoshiyuki Temuka. Insect column butterfly nervous. It would be great if both humans and ghosts could get along well. Butterfly ninja looks at the man beside him. He said thoughtfully. Mr. Temuka, I guess you think so too. It won't work. Yoshio Temuka said with an expressionless denial. As long as ghosts can still eat people, this kind of thing is absolutely impossible. 203. Somewhere in Nation Spider Mountain. No. It has a human face. This is a human face spider. What's going on? What's going on? It's a dream. I'm getting rid of it. I must be dreaming. If it's a dream, I will work hard. If I could sleep on Nezuko's legs when I woke up, I would go beyond my efforts. I can farm. No matter how many I can grow it alone. So. Please wake me up from the nightmare. My wife, Simone, who was originally looking for her companion with Chitaro. After seeing the human-headed spider ghost suddenly appeared in front of him. Suddenly, I was caught by this terrifying scene. He ran away in fear. Who knows when he stopped. But found that in the air in front of you. There are actually many people who are caught by spider ghosts hanging. Civilians who are about to be assimilated into spider monster and members of the demon slayer. Then what are those? Human was turned into spiders. The house floated in midair. It seems like I saw something else. Is it a line? Just when my wife Shani was surprised and suspicious. In the wooden house hanging in the air by a spider. A huge human-headed spider ghost suddenly appeared. If you want to escape, it's too late. The spider ghost said with a grin. Look at your hands. When you were going up the mountain before, you were bitten by a spider. That's the poison that can turn humans into spiders. It only takes half an hour and you will become my slave and then crawl on the ground and worship me. As the words fell. Spider ghosts control many smaller human-headed spider monsters. He launched a siege on my wife, Sani Yi, opposite me. The latter was frightened and hid in the big tree. He cried with his head in his arms. In such extreme shock. It also made my wife Shani start to recall every bit of the experience I experienced with my master back then. If it follows the plot in the original work. Next. My wife, Shani, who was sleeping in a drowsy manner because of fear, was about to wake up her second personality. Therefore, the bridge that successfully killed the spider ghost was broken with thunder breath, one-shaped, thunder blink. But at this moment, a figure that appeared out of thin air. But he stood quietly on the top of the wooden roof hanging upside down by the spider ghost. Swish. First generation Gui Che, the god's edges unsheathed. The clear cold light cut through the pitch black. Carry infinite sharpness. Through the spider ghost. Put the other party's huge and ugly body. Slice two halves from the middle. Aw, it hurts so much, who is you damn guy? However. Surprisingly. The spider ghost who was split into two parts did not die. Instead, use spider silk. Glue, his body again. Only. Although the attack just now was not fatal. But it scared him inexplicably. The bloody pupils. He slowly looked at the man standing on the top of the wooden roof at some point. Under the bright moonlight. On Yi Yu's handsome face. At this moment, it is full of interesting curiosity. It seems that in addition to the two elements of thunder and fire, it can create the same fatal effect as sunlight. Even the supreme fast sword of pirate world cannot directly kill the ghost of this world. Quote. Yi Yu was not in a hurry to clear out all the ghosts in this mountain. Instead, they started a new round of tests. And after a test, Yi Yu came to a conclusion. Unless you use thunder and flame to defeat the ghost to ashes. Otherwise, even if you cut off the head of ghost, cut their bodies into countless pieces, these monsters will still not die. And even the first generation Gui Che ranks one of the 12 fast swordsmen. But in the world of Demon Slayer, it cannot cause fatal damage to ghost either. It looks like even the weak world. There is also a basic law test that must be followed. If you want to kill the ghost, it seems that only the Oracle Scarlet Iron and Oracle Scarlet Ore that can absorb sunlight are used. The Hydroop knife created is enough. This discovery, for preparation after the enchantment is turned on. Officially speaking to Yi Yu, who sent troops to Demon Slayer world. It is undoubtedly extremely important. At least 3.9 can avoid many soldiers who do not avoid the need for casualties. You must know. Those soldiers are all his people now. Damn ghost hunter, he dared to ignore me. Open black lens bracket spotted and poisonous sputum close black lens bracket. The furious spider ghost spit out a mouthful of poisonous phlegm at Yi Yu on the roof. Although the man's body, it exudes a terrifying aura that makes its soul tremble. But this is Nation Spider Mountain. As long as there is tired, that guy is here. No one can defeat them. After all, tired is the ceiling firm in the dignified 12 ghost moons. It is an existence favored by that adult. Chapter 192 Did that man use ghost blood technique? Only. The next moment, the expression on the spider's face instantly stopped. Because of the man on the roof. It was actually in front of him. It disappeared from the spot in an instant. However, before he can make any move, in the clear night sky, a huge thunder pillar suddenly descended. In an instant, the spider ghost's body was swallowed up. Rumble. A terrifying roar resounded throughout the mountains. Darling thunder. It even reflects the entire area like daylight. The spider ghost didn't even have a chance to wail to save Rao. In the panic, thunder and lightning like the might of heaven. To death. Is that breath of thunder? No, that's clearly thunder and lightning. My wife, Shani, was stunned by the sudden scene in front of her. He exclaimed in disbelief. But in this world, how could anyone control lightning directly? That man just used it, wouldn't it Bates' virus technique? On the other side, deep in the mountains, Tanjiro Kaoru and Inosuke Kohei. A very dangerous encounter is taking place at this moment. And the two of them fought fiercely. It was in the 12 Ghost Moons. The most popular Ghost King Ghost Dance is the Secret Army. Due to the influence of Yu, Tanjiro Kawaman and Inosuke, who were supposed to fight with Spider Mom and Spider Dad, were respectively. I actually encountered the Big Boss in Nation Spider Mountain unimpeded. The battle between the three people broke out immediately. Damn it, I have warned you guys from the ghost killing team not to hinder our family's quiet life. But you damn guys broke my happiness. First it was the mother, then the sister, then the father, and now even the brother's breath has disappeared. All this must be done by your ghost-killing team. You dare to kill my closest family. I will torture you to pieces first, and then split you up. Due to the abilities of several other family members, they are all given by tiring. So after they were killed by Yu, Tired noticed this situation as soon as possible. He didn't know the truth. But it's wrong. The successive deaths of family members. They all took their anger to the members of the Demon Slayer. So, after meeting Tanjiro, the two of them. Then he fought directly without saying a word. Puff puff puff. Puff puff puff. It is as hard and sharp as steel. It is covered with the world. Not only on the body of Tanjiro, the two of them left countless wounds. Even the Hydran knife in the hands of the two. They are all in a hard collision with it. Cut off by spider silk. What's going on? Why can't my knife cut that guy at all? Inosuke Tohidai finds the right space. The broken blade in his hand slashed heavily on the tired neck. But an incredible scene appeared. He used the full-strength attack of Beast Breath, 2 teeth, blade slash. He couldn't even break the defense. Who can believe this? Even if the other party is one of the 12 ghost months. There is no reason to be so hard. Bang! Just as Inosuke was hesitating. Open black lens bracket tired close black lens bracket I've already kicked up. He kicked him away from a distance. Then he waved his hand and threw out a few spider silks. Before Jupiter Inosuke got up from the ground. He hung him upside down in the air. Don't rush to come and die. I said I will let you two witness each other's death later. As the words fell, Tired waved 2 huge spider webs in the direction of Tanjiro Kawaman. Oh no, there's no way to completely avoid it. Looking at the huge spider webs that are covering the sky. But Tanjiro Zaoman had already been unable to avoid it. Puff. At the critical moment, Nezuko in the wooden box behind her rushed out without hesitation. Open your arms. He used his body to block the sharp spider web for his brother. Blood splattered. Nezuko's arm was almost cut off. But it cannot cut off the bond between the brother and sister that transcends life and death. Nezuko. Looking at my sister's almost broken arm. Tanjiro Zaoman was both angry and ashamed. As his brother. But at this time, I need to save myself by my sister's self-sacrifice to survive. This made him think of the scene of his family being killed again. And on the other side of 203. Open black lens bracket tired close black lens bracket I learned that Nezuko was a ghost. It turned out to be the younger sister of the member of the ghost-killing team. His whole body trembled with excitement. In his distorted and toothy concept. Such a bond of family affection. Isn't it what he has always been desperately needed and pursued? I originally wanted to kill you all, but now you have won a chance to survive. Open black lens bracket tired close black lens bracket he pointed at Nezuko with a crazy expression and said. As long as you hand over your sister honestly to me now, I will spare your life. But you can rest assured that I will not kill her. I just want your sister to become my sister. After all, I have never seen a sister who can stand up for my brother before this. Bastard, how could I agree to that request? When Tanjiro Zaoman heard this, he was furious and said. Nezuko is not an item that can be exchanged at will. She has her own ideas and will. It's absolutely impossible for her to become the younger sister of a guy like you. Chapter 193, The Battle for Sister. It's okay, you don't have to worry about this. Open black lens bracket tired close black lens bracket not angry. Instead, he said confidently. I will create bonds connected with horror. I will teach her well and what will happen if I dare to resist me. Don't joke around there. Tanjiro Kaoru didn't wait for him to finish speaking. He then interrupted with a broken knife in his hand. Those who use terror to tightly restrain themselves are not worthy of being called a bond between the family. If you don't correct your fundamental mistake, you will never get what you want. I will never give Nezuko to someone like you. In order to protect my sister. This time Tanjiro Kaoru stood up and faced the fatigue. Even if you fight for your life. He would never let his sister be taken away by the ghost in front of him. It's really annoying. Open black lens bracket tired close black lens bracket said with annoyance. Can you not make such a loud noise when you speak? By the way, I can't get along with you. Then I have to kill you first, and then I will take it myself. The momentum on you looks really good. If you can beat me, one of the 12 ghost months come and try it. While talking. Tired, I have already lifted up the broken hair that covered my left eye. The pupils of the eyes engraved with the lower strings were revealed. Although his sword is not high. But strength. But it is far from what Tanjiro Kaoru now can match. Open black lens bracket the army of the lower strings close black lens bracket is this the true power of 12 ghost moons? Tanjiro Sato tightly held his hands with broken knife. He trembled slightly. The spider silk sent by the other party could not be simply cut off. And his neck. It is even harder and harder than spider silk. What exactly should I do? Only by defeating this powerful enemy in front of you. Aren't you going to give up yet? Open black lens bracket tired close black lens bracket looking at Tanjiro Kaoru with disgust, he said. Your gaze is really irritating. You might be thinking about how to defeat me. What a stupid guy. What exactly is that makes you feel that you are likely to defeat me? Do you know how many low-level, ghost-killing team swordsmen like you have died in my hands? As the words fell. Tired, wave your hand and throw out several spider silks. He actually pulled Nezuko out, who was placed behind the tree by Tanjiro Kawaman. Look, I've got the hand. Open black lens bracket tired close black lens bracket sarcastically said with a proud look. Now you should understand how dereliction of duty you are, right? I clearly said before that as long as you don't disobey my orders, you will let your life go. But you disobeyed me, so I have to kill you together. Puff. However, before Tired finishes his words, Nezuko, who was caught by him just now, directly swing the claws. Several blood marks were drawn on his face. And Tanjiro, the opposite sauceman. At this time, the broken Hydroop knife rushed up with a tight grip. Swish. Open black lens bracket tired close black lens bracket wave out a few spider silks at your fingertips. It easily resolved the attack on the rushing forward by Tanjiro Kazuno. At the same time, a backhand through it. He directly tied the disobedient Nezuko into the air with spider silk. To show punishment. Tick tick. Sharp spider silk depth deeply trapped in Nezuko's blood meat. Blood kept pouring towards the ground. You Nezuko. This sudden scene. It deeply hurt Tanjiro Sakaman's heart. It's so noisy. Open black lens bracket tired close black lens bracket sighed coldly with disgust on his face. It's just this kind of constraint that she won't die. After all, she is a ghost. But now it seems that we still have to teach her to obey my orders. Then let her lose blood for a while, so she will be obedient. If she doesn't obey me in this way, I'll put her until the moment of sunrise and bake it a little. Any ghost will surrender. While talking. Open black lens bracket tired close black lens bracket the scars on the face have long been healed. And his words. Then it completely angered Tanjiro, the opposite Sonoman. Let me go to Nezuko. Tanjiro Kaoru waved his broken knife. He walked forward through the spider silk without fear of death. A new round of fierce attack was launched on Tut. But the power of 12 ghost moons. How could it be him like this? What can the newly entered Gui level team members can match? after a one-sided abuse. Even if tired, deliberately let Tanjiro Kaoru cut his neck. But there was no damage at all. You absolutely cannot beat me. I was so excited that I was so tired that I directly kicked. He kicked Tanjiro from the saucepan hard. My body is more tough than the one I control. A guy like you can't even cut off the silk thread I released, and he's actually trying to cut off my neck. It's really ridiculous. Dragon. However, facing the ridicule of tired Tanjiro, who stood up from the ruins, calmed down instead. Calm down, you must not be emotional now. Otherwise, it will hit the enemy's conceit. Concentrate, just breathing, release the last type with the highest accuracy. Open black lens bracket full concentration, water breathing, picking, in rebirth and flowing close black lens bracket. Tanjiro, who forced himself to calm down. He actually used the strongest move in breath of water directly. Chapter 194, The person who disrupts the situation, the god of fire is happy. Swish 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 swish. With every turn of Tanjiro's body. The power of this blow. It will increase accordingly. Strong knife energy. It also forms a blue water dragon. Slashing under the sequential slash. Open black lens bracket tired close black lens bracket the tough spider silk released. It was cut off. Tanjiro Kaoru showed joy on his face. It seems that the dawn of victory has been seen. However, he still underestimates the fatigue of being a member of the 12 Ghost Month. Hey, do you think this is the strength limit of spider silk? Open black lens bracket tired close black lens bracket a disdainful sneer appeared on her face. While dissolving blood in spider silk, he shouted loudly. Open black lens bracket vampire technique katakana middle dot cordioning close black lens bracket. The spider silk that was instantly stained with ghost blood was as bloody as a blood blade. Its sharpness and the degree of tenacity all have increased by several times. The blood-colored spider webs fell from the sky. Tanjiro, who was trapped in it, knew that he could not cut it off. Despair in my heart. At this moment, in his mind, there was only one thought. 203. Are you really going to die here this time? Under the strong impact of life and death. Tanjiro Kaoru recalled the days when he was a child with his family like a carrying lantern. And his father's earnest teachings. Tanjiro, you need to breathe, adjust your breath, and make yourself completely the Vulcan Lord. Tanjiro, you must pass on this Kajira dance and earrings, and do not break it. This is an agreement with me. Almost the same moment. Yi Yu, who has been standing on the spider web in the air since no time, watched the battle. He spoke lightly. This is vampire technique, right? If you only have the power, it can be comparable to the ordinary devil fruit ability. But if it is combined with the almost immortal physique of ghost and the miraculous power that is far beyond ordinary people, it is really not something that ordinary people can deal with. Yi Yu was not in a hurry to take action. Instead, he looked at the battle below with great interest. Because he knows. Next, AEDJ come. The legendary, famous place name, is about to appear. If you don't see it with your own eyes. It's a pity. Damn, who are you? Why didn't I notice your existence at all? Open black lens bracket tired close black lens bracket I suddenly looked up. Staring at the moonlight with a look of astonishment. The man standing on the spider silk he released. The shock in my heart was endless. If it wasn't for the other party's words. I'm afraid he's still now. Still unable to detect the existence of this man. Between the two. A huge gap in strength. It is no longer something that can be made up for by the mere virus technique. Hanged upside down half in the sky, Inosuke and Nezuko were both attracted by the two. Then he also looked at Yi Yu with a look of surprise. They were all over by this man who seemed to appear out of thin air. The terrifying pressure emitted from the body. Deeply shocked. Even the arrogant and warlike tong 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 tong. At this moment, they were all trembling and dared not speak. At the same time, somewhere in the dense forest at the foot of the mountain, Yoshiaki Temuka, who was ordered to come, standing expressionlessly in front of dozens of members of the ghost-killing team. "Don't know what you're thinking. Is there anyone you know here?" After looking around, said softly. "It seems that there are no survivors nearby." The notice seems to say that several new players from class have also received orders to enter the mountain. Now it seems maybe they are all dead. But it's so strange. We didn't find any trace of a ghost along the way. Apart from these large numbers of corpses, there were only a few ruins that seemed to have been bombarded by natural disasters. This mountain is really weird. Let's go ahead. Yoshio Temuka did not make any mistakes. But on the stern face. But a slight fluctuation appeared undetectable. Obviously. He was worried about Tanjiro Sasman. The details that Butterfly Ninja just mentioned. In fact, he also noticed it. And, for some reason, since the moment I stepped into Nation Spider Mountain, in his heart, then he subconsciously felt a sense of crisis like a ray of light in his back. For Temuka Yoshiaki, such a sense of crisis. After he became the pillar. But it hasn't appeared for many years. So, he is sure. In this mountain forest, there must be something extremely powerful guy hidden. Scan the corpse on the ground again. Yoshio Temuka Yoshio took the lead in running towards the depths of Not a Spider Mountain. The moonlight is so beautiful tilde. Butterfly Nin said with a gentle look on his face. Then he followed. Mr. Temuka, it's rare to be able to carry out the mission together this time. Let's get along well, right? I just came to kill the ghost. It's really cold tilde. Butterfly Nin glanced at the straight steel man beside him and shook his head and said. Then way two of us act separately here, right? I will start to look around from the west. Understood. Yoshiyuki Temuka's answer was still as unrest. Butterfly Ninja felt the urge to slap him. Swish. Butterfly Ren jumped away without hesitation. Only Yoshiaki Temuka is left. Continue to rush forward in the moonlight. Open black lens bracket God of Fire God, round dance close black lens bracket. Tanjiro, who succeeded in the power of awakening Han's breath from the river lantern. The aura on his body changed drastically. The azure water dragon formed by the sword energy instantly turned into a fire dragon emitting hot and high temperature. Arc fire flows. The blood blade spider web that was overwhelmed by the earth should be cut off. Turn to ashes. Chapter 195, Holy Mother Tanjiro. I have to stick with it. Tanjiro Zaoman knows that forcibly reversing the breathing type will cause extremely serious side effects. If you stop now, then he and his sister Nezuko and his friend Inosuke will surely die. So, Tanjiro Zaoman was determined to die with teaching. Grasp the moment went tired's gaze was attracted by Yi Yu. Overcome all the way. Go forward bravely. The broken blade will be ignited by the rage of a bear. Slashed heavily on the other party's neck. The bond between Nezuko and I can be cut down. Amid the roar of Tanjiro Kaoru. The arc fire clash blooms with the red divine edge. Open black lens bracket tired close black lens bracket head throws up high. Hoppei Inosuke and Nezuko also immediately broke free from the bondage of spider silk. Thump. A battle beyond the limit. The severely overdrawn Kawaman Tanjiro and his tired body fell to the ground at the same time. But he stood up again the next second. The pungent bloody smell made Tanjiro and the other two suddenly feel creepy. Do you think this beat me? It's so pitiful. Do you really feel that you are strong with such a pathetic delusion? Tell you I used my own silk thread to cut off my neck before you cut off it. Tired used spider silk to throw himself out and take back his head. He said with a ferocious expression. I'm going to kill all three of you because I haven't become as popular as today in a long time. Open black lens bracket vampire technique katakana middle dot I cage close black lens bracket. In an instant. The blood blades in the sky gathered into huge spider webs again. They pressed the cover towards Tanjiro, the other two. And at this time, Tanjiro, the sauceman. But I was unable to resist. Waiting for the three of them. It seems that only death. However, at this critical moment, Yiyu's figure arrived in an instant. Borrow a knife. Yiyu took the broken blade in Mentanjiro's hand. Divine weapons dance lightly. The sword shadow blooms. The clear cold light cut through the pitch black. The ultimate blow played the elegy. Unlimited sharpness. Cut off the blood net. Save Tanjiro and Nezuko, the three of Shajouman. Impossible, all of those silks that are the highest stone in my degree can be cut off instantly. Open black lens bracket tired close black lens bracket the hysterical yelled. Damn, who are you and why are you disturbing my battle? May I ask, do you know where Gui Wuyu is hiding? Yiyu walked with a smile on his face. The powerful pressure is breathtaking. For a moment. 4 people including tired. They were all shocked by this pressure. Being fired, and unable to move. Bastard, I will never tell you where Lord Wusun is puff. Open black lens bracket tired close black lens bracket the words have not been finished yet. In his sight. The figure from far to near had already passed by. But the weird thing is. He could clearly see every move of the other party. But it was even the slightest blinking action. Nothing can be done. Can only watch the other person helplessly. Use the broken blade in your hand. Cut his head off again. Amid the miserable wailing sounds. Open black lens bracket download close black lens bracket turns into ashes. It's a pity that I couldn't ask about Gui Wu's whereabouts. Yiyu shook his head with regret. Then he handed the broken knife back to the stunned Tanjiro Kawaman. Who is that guy? So amazing. Inosuke's eyes widened in shock. Murmur. This is the first time I have seen such a powerful guy. 12 ghost moons are not on the same level as him. Even the amazing blow that Tanjiro just used cannot be compared with the knife that the man waved casually. The power of that attack is completely different. That spider monster that was as hard as steel was like a piece of bean or curd, was easily cut off. So Awesome so awesome. Where did this guy come out? It made me so excited that I couldn't stop. Hey, fight me. At this moment, Inosuke suddenly got up from the ground. He said excitedly to Yiyu. You just won that 12 ghost months. As long as I can beat you, the strongest person is me. Yiyu didn't say anything. He just looked at him indifferently. Then he turned his eyes to the other side of the forest. There. He noticed a breath of fairly strong strength. He is coming quickly. If nothing unexpected happens. The person coming should be the highest combat power of the ghost-killing team. Anyway, Yiyu's purpose. It is to go to the demon-killing team headquarters to verify whether it can be successfully sign in. Then if it is led by column. Instead, it can reduce a lot of trouble. So he stood there waiting for the other party to arrive. However, it's at this moment. Tanjiro Kawaman's slightly trembling and angry voice. But it suddenly rang out from behind Yiyu. Please remove your feet from the child's clothes. Yiyu bowed his head slightly. I found that I was indeed stepping on the clothes of the 12 ghost moons that had just been killed. But it seems that there is no problem, right? This guy is a ghost. Don't say anything else. Just a member of the ghost-killing team who died at his hands. At least there are dozens. As a member of the ghost-killing team, Tanjiro. The whole family also died tragically at the hands of Ghost. Even my sister Nezuko. It has also been turned into a half-human and half-ghost state. Now he actually stepped on the ghost clothes because of Yiyu. And being so excited. Could this kid be the legendary Holy Mother Constitution? Mouth. Chapter 196 Crushing 2-Pillar Level Strong Men. You actually sympathize with the ghost who cannibalize people. Yiyu turned to Tanjiro, Kawaman with expressionless face. Dangerous light flashed in the dark eyes. He spoke lightly. You wouldn't have forgotten so quickly. You three almost died at his hands just now. And, there are so many members of the Ghost Slayer, all of whom died at the hands of these ghosts. Just that you are in the mood to sympathize with him. Faced with Yi Yu's repeated questions, Tanjiro, who was lying on the ground, shouted with an extremely excited expression. In order to avenge the killed people and to prevent more people from being killed, I will of course cut the knife mercilessly at the neck of Ghost. But, I will never trample on people who are suffering for themselves as ghosts and those who regret their behavior. Because ghosts were humans, and they were once humans like us. So please take your feet off his clothes. Tanjiro Zaoman stubbornly insisted on his own ideas and obsessions. Meet the powerful man opposite still indifferent. Then he continued to hoarsely. They are not ugly monsters. Open black lens bracket ghost close black lens bracket empty creaturess of pathetic creatures. Have to. This is definitely a good old man from Holy Virgin. Maybe it was because Yi Yu didn't pay much attention to this anime back then. He didn't notice it. Tanjiro Zaoman actually has such attributes as Holy Virgin. If you talk about these words of his, just seek excuses for the sake of being a ghost sister. That's somewhat reasonable. But if I really think so, that's a bit too stupid. Pain, regret, why didn't I feel these emotions from that ghost? Yi Yu glanced at the horns with a disdainful sneer. Sarcastically responded. But even if he really regrets it, what can he do? Your remarks just now are worthy of the members of the ghost-killing team who died tragically at the hands of Ghost. Ghost Wei Wusun failed to attract you, it was really his loss. As the words fell, call. A hot flame suddenly appeared under Yi Yu's feet. In an instant, the tired clothes were burned to ashes. Yi Yu wanted to take a look. Does Tanjiro Zaoman have the courage? Dare to attack him for the sake of Ghost? If anything, then Yi Yu didn't mind killing this little holy mother directly. After all, even if Tanjiro Kaoru succeeds, awakening the god of fire, that is the strongest breath of sun. But in front of Yi Yu, still as small as an ant. Tanjiro Zaoman was completely shocked by the scene in front of him. He never expected it. The powerful man opposite was so cold. His eyes couldn't help but turn red. However, the sequelae caused by the previous forcibly changing the respiratory type has not subsided. Even though he really wanted to get up and grab Yi Yu's collar and question him a few times. But they are unable to do it. Swish. But at this moment, a figure rushed out from the dark dense forest in the distance with the momentum of thunder. Open black lens bracket water breathing katakana middle dot I type katakana middle dot water surface slash close black lens bracket. The Wushwang sword slash swept out with a blue water flow. Although Temuka Yoshiyuki was shocked by the powerful aura emitted by Yi Yu. But it is related to the life and death of Tanjiro and the other two. There is no time to think about it. The moment I saw Tanjiro and the other three who fell to the ground seriously injured. He regarded Yi Yu as the existence of 12 ghost moons. You will naturally not leave any effort when you take action. Bite. A clear sound. The sword force that fell from Yoshiaki Temuka's hand, high ring knife, ended suddenly. His eyes widened with horror. Opposite him Zero. Yi Yu only used one finger wrapped around, armed color domineering. Then he easily took over Yoshiyuki Temuka's attack. And Yoshiaki Temuka could clearly feel it. If the man opposite wants it, just use a light force. Then he could break the hydroop knife in his hand. The gap in strength between the two is obvious. Oh. Sir, are you winding in 12 ghost months? I actually took Mr. Temuka's attack with just one finger. Just when Yi Yu was about to speak, the gentle voice of Butterfly Ninja suddenly rang out from midair. A faint fragrance fell from the sky with a graceful figure. A fatal thrust like a meteor falling into a flash of lightning. Bite. Another clear sound. It's the same with one finger. It accurately blocked the sudden stab of Butterfly Ninja. Yi Yu used his way. In every move. It easily resolved the attacks from the two highest combat powers of Ghost Killing Team. Provocative. Chiluo's provocation. Yu wanted to use this method. Tell all members of the Demon Slayer. How big is the difference between them? 3.9. Because after the extermination of Ghost Wuwusan, Yu wants to conquer this world. The biggest hindrance is probably this group of pretentious pillars. If you can't shock them first, then next, this group of people will inevitably waste a lot of time. Nani. I saw this sudden scene in front of me. Whether it is Temuka Yoshioshi, or Butterfly Ninja, or maybe the three of Tanjiro, the sauceman. All were shocked to the point of being beyond shock. The handsome man in front of him. He was so powerful that two pillar-level strong men took action at the same time. Even they can't move at all. Isn't this a little too strong? Chapter 197 The Meeting of the Pillars. I'm not Ghost if you two continue to attack me. Yu glanced at the horns of a wicked smile. Said lightly. I will take action to bring the 60 newly brought logistics personnel on this mountain by you two. As well as the 34 members of the ghost-killing team who survived successfully, they all killed them. What? Yoshio Temuka and Butterfly Ninja's faces changed drastically. Although the two of them are not sure how many members of the demon-killing team survived. But the logistics staff they brought, there are indeed 60 people. But they have just entered Nation Spider Mountain not long ago. The man opposite. How could they know their actions so well? Who is he? The worries in Temuka Yoshioka and Butterfly Ninja's hearts became more and more serious. Yiyu's strength is beyond doubt. It can be said 04. Yiyu is a powerful enemy they have never encountered before. What to do next? Is it a war? Or escape? This handsome gentleman, even though you are not Ghost, then we too were really offensive just now. It's really dangerous here. Please leave as soon as possible. Butterfly Ninja reacted first. With her unique gentle tone. He said to Yu with a smile. I can't beat it. Then you have to give in first. And Butterfly knows it in her heart. If she doesn't stand up first at this time, the situation is likely to be caused by Yoshio Temuka's straight man. It worsened again. If the terrible handsome man on the opposite side really angered they today, no one can leave Nation Spider Mountain alive. Mr. Temuka, the injuries on the three of us really have nothing to do with him. Tanjiro, who had recovered a little bit of strength. At this moment, he suddenly spoke with a complicated expression. Before this, we accidentally encountered the Sealing Army in 12 Ghost Moon. All of these injuries were caused by the Spider Ghost. But it was successfully killed by the man opposite before you arrived. So that's what it is. Yoshio Temuka Yoshio went back to the sword and went into the sheath after hearing this. Nodded slightly to Yu and said. The situation was urgent just now, so I was so offended. Please forgive me. Butterfly Ninja said curiously. Sir, are you also coming to Nation Spider Mountain to kill ghosts? Looking at the sword hanging around you, you must be a swordsman. Is it a pillar from an organization similar to Ghost Killing Team? But over the years, except for our Ghost Killing Team, I have never heard of any other Ghost Killing organization. Butterfly Ninja's question happened to be the doubt in everyone's heart. Only. Whether it is Temuka Yoshioshi or Butterfly Ninja. There was no doubt about Yu on the opposite side. Have the strength to kill Shaoshin in the 12 Ghost Moons in seconds. After all. This man. I just used only 2 fingers. Then he successfully blocked the fatal blow that both of them had all their strength. The strength is simply unfathomable. Seeing the two of them put away their weapons. Yiyu's cold face improved only then. Wave your hand casually. Then he said bluntly. The reason why I appear here is not to kill ghosts or to save people. I just want to find a member of the Ghost Kill Team and take me to the Ghost Kill Team headquarters. Ah. Yoshiyuki Temuka and Butterfly Ninja heard this. A look of vigilance suddenly appeared in his eyes. What is this man doing when he goes to the Demon Killing Team headquarters? With his strength. If it is intentionally unfavorable to being the master. I'm afraid no one can stop him, right? Sorry. Butterfly Ninja smiled again and said. This is a violation of the team law, so we are unable to agree to your request. Yu obviously saw what the two of them were thinking. When Masato, who spoke up and said that he was not interested in the life of Shikia, a crow suddenly flew down from the sky. Sentence. The messenger sent by our headquarters. Catch Tanjiro Kawaman and Nezuko, who is Ghost, and bring it back to the headquarters. Take a mysterious man back to the headquarters. Bring back. Obviously. Demon Killing Team headquarters, over there. It is very likely that the spell of Eye of Crow has been passed. I saw everything that was born on Nation Spider Mountain. So, as the master of the ancestral house, only then would such an unexpected order be issued. Oh well. Butterfly Ninja made a gesture of invitation to Yu and said, "Since the Lord has an order, please follow us and return to the headquarters." Yu nodded. Then he followed Butterfly Ninja and walked towards the mountain. Since then, Nation Spider Mountain, the battle was completely over. Except for the two Kawaman, Tanjiro and Nezuko, who were tied up and taken away. Other surviving Ghost Killing Team swordsmen. And my wife, Samono, and Isao Suspicion. All of them received timely assistance from the rescue troops hidden. The rising sun rises. It is regarded as Ghost Mountain by nearby villagers. It is also the Nation Spider Mountain connecting Pirate World and Demon Slayer World. Finally, a rare piece has arrived. At the same time, Demon Killing Team headquarters. In addition to Yoshio Tomuka and Butterfly Ninja, who were leading Yu back, the other 7 pillar-level powerhouses have all arrived. As the Master Yoshia Shizuya is named after the pillar meeting. Continue people gathered together. But it is not the qualification to judgment the Tanjiro Sakaman to join the Ghost Killing Team. And how does Japan deal with the increasingly intensified ghost cannibalism incident? And Guiwu's rare whereabouts were exposed. Besides, the super strong Yu appeared in Nation Spider Mountain. Chapter 198 New Sign-In, Breath of the Sun. Demon Killing Team headquarters. In some gorgeous room. Mr. Yu, please wait here for a while. Lord, and I need to judge Tanjiro Kaoru and his sister Nezuko first, and then Lord, will meet you. Butterfly Nin said in a gentle tone. Then he took the initiative to make a pot of fragrant tea for Yu. During this period, her beautiful eyes, always accidentally, secretly looking at Yu. It is undeniable. The young man opposite. He is the handsomest man Butterfly Ninja has ever seen. At the same time, it is also the most powerful one. This man exudes a mysterious aura of mystery all over his body. It has deeply aroused her curiosity. After all, no matter how mature Butterfly endures, they are stable. But she is just a 18-year-old girl in her youth. Love the heart of beauty. Everyone knows it. And the maturity and stability she showed. All from when she was young. The parents died tragically at the hands of Ghost. And the experience of her sister Shanae being killed by Ghost. But I don't know why. Being around Yu, Butterfly's heart, I actually felt a sense of peace and stability rarely. You must know. Before this, even the pillar combination meeting where 9 pillars gather together. Even if you can't give Butterfly the long-lost sense of safety. So, she unconsciously wanted to find out more information about Yu. Only, the handsome man opposite is uncomfortable. It seems that I am not very interested in her beauty. Not even saying a word. The Butterfly couldn't help but feel a little angry. Am I not pretty enough? I know. Yu nodded with a plain expression. Then he ignored the angry Butterfly Ninja. Because just now he followed Butterfly Ninja into the Demon Killing Team headquarters. A long-lost system prompt. It was as he had expected before. It rang again. Ding, the Ghost Killing Team headquarters was detected. Is the host signing in? Close black lens bracket. After Yu went out. Then he confirmed with joy. Sign in now. Ding, Sign in successfully, congratulations to the host on receiving the reward, initial breathing and son's breathing. Close black lens bracket. Well is it just son's breath. Yi Yu's face showed a look of disappointment. But I still opened the system panel and started to check it out. Open black lens bracket strongest sign in system close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket host, Yi Yu close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket age, 26 years old close black lens bracket. Ability template, Hungry Wolf 298%. Special skills of character board template, breakthrough of boundaries and second stage. Add passive characteristics of character templates, breathing method, super learning ability, combat continuation, near-death breakthrough, stronger and stronger in combat, adaptability. Skills. Mystery katakana middle dot real self flow, instant step passive cicada strange killing fist only for use in Niuk monster, state full martial arts automatically open in Niuk monster, extreme state. Sword technique, secret, 6-path slash, sun good breathing dragon. Open black lens bracket sword intention, ghost aura katakana middle dot extreme close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket armed color domineering, extreme close black lens bracket. Domineering and hearing, the ultimate awakening and predicting the future. Open black lens bracket mutation katakana middle dot imperial color domineering, the extreme close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket devil fruit, fish and fish fruit awakening state close black lens bracket. Special ability. Listen to the voice of all things LV3 The Power of the King. Title. Dragon Empire, Great Emperor, God Slayer. Special one-time consumption props, Shondo 8 pieces. Permanent strap buff, well that is tempered for thousands of times. Chapter 199 Comparison of abilities between the two worlds. The founder of Open Black Lens Bracket Initial Breath Katakana Middle dot Sun's Breath Close Black Lens Bracket. It is the combat power ceiling in Demon Slayer world. Legendary swordsman resulting Guiwan 1. It is a possibility to strengthen cardiopulmonary function. A breathing method that allows blood to obtain a lot of oxygen in a short period of time. Can be in a short time. To maximize human physical abilities. It allows humans to temporarily have physical strength comparable to ghosts. And after Guiwan Yi joined the ghost-killing team, he taught this breathing method to other ghost-killing team swordsmen. And from Sun Breath, 5 basic breathing methods gradually emerged. That is, the basic schools of Yan, Shui, Wind, Rock, Thunder 5, D203A. Then according to these 5 genres, many new schools with their own characteristics have been developed. Although Sun Breath has always been known as strongest breath. But in Yi Yu's eyes. But it is extremely plain. Even placed in Pirate World. It is very likely that even the first echelon in Jondao cannot enter. And it's not just Breath of the Sun. Even stripes and the same is true for the world. The so-called stripes. It cannot be turned on. A kind of ghost pattern that enables people to greatly improve their physical fitness. If ordinary people want to turn on stripes, need to reach 39 degrees. And the heartbeats exceeded 200 times. Although it sounds very strong. But the side effects are also extremely obvious. Swordsmen who turn on stripes usually live to be 25 years old. Only Ji Guoyuani lived to be 80 years old. After all, stripes, it is just a means to increase your strength by overdrawing your lifespan. This is the same as the return of life that Cap once used in the pirate world. It is very similar to the sacrificial lifespan of Big Katakana Middle dot Mom. But between the three. But there are huge differences in power. Whether it is return of life or sacrificial lifespan, they are all AEDJ enough to beat spots. And another transparent world. That would be even weaker. The so-called transparent world. In Demon Slayer world, after working hard and enduring pain. The supreme realm that can only be reached. In this state, the swordsman can concentrate and close the excess senses. Let the body of the creature opposite. It will look transparent. And the speed of one's own movement. Predicting and avoiding attacks. They will all be greatly improved. Even the blood vessels in the opponent's lungs flow. All can be clearly visible. Even the contraction and contraction of your own muscles meet can be understood faster and more clearly. And looking at the entire Demon Slayer world. Humans who understand this technique. Only the successor of the country. Following Goyen Shank Black Dead Eye. Tanjiro. Sweet Island walking in the underworld. Time is unspeakable. In just these 7 people Yihei Shaoban. It can be said to be an extremely difficult skill to master. But if Privacy World is placed in Piracy World, you can't escape the fate of being completely exploded. Because in front of the more powerful seeing and hearing domineering spirit. Transparent the world, it's simply a useless stinky brother. Chapter 200 Looking forward to signing in Infinity City. The power of being able to strongly feel the other person's voice is called seeing, hearing, color and domineeringness. Once the power of seeing, hearing, and color domineering is improved, you can read the location and number of enemies outside your sight. And predict the next moment in advance. The actions the other party will take. And seeing, hearing, color and domineering has many functions. Open black lens bracket sensory attack close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket predict the other party's next move close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket sensing the strength of creatures close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket sensing the emotions and thinking of living things close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket censoring the position and number of objects outside the field of vision close black lens bracket. These amazing abilities. But they are all just the basic abilities of seeing, hearing, and being domineering. The range and intensity of seeing, hearing, color and domineeringness varies from person to person. Like Yu, Barrett, Eniro, and Fujito who has joined the Dragon Empire Divine Guard in 2 years. The range of seeing and hearing as domineering is enough to cover a whole large island. But even ordinary users. The scope is also far beyond the transparent world of Demon Slayer world. And as long as physical strength is not exhausted, seeing, hearing, domineering can be used all the time. It's simply not too convenient. Not to mention, after practicing seeing, hearing, and being domineering to the extreme, he can even awaken the god-level ability foresee some future. So in comparison, the ability of Demon Slayer world is simply weak. It's no wonder Yu despises this world so much. But successful sign-in in Demon Killing Team headquarters. It also proves Yu's previous conjecture again. This world is not impossible to sign in. But because it's too weak. So, there are only 2 places where you can check in. One of them is naturally the Ghost Killing Team headquarters that has concentrated its combat power in 9th Pillar. And the other one, I'm afraid it's the boss of the Demon Slayer world, where the Infinite City lives in Wushao. Yu now has what rewards he can get in sign-in in Infinite City. More full of expectations. Only. Gaiwayu has the ability to complete mimicry. You can freely change your own appearance, gender, smell and other characteristics. As long as it is meat. Eyes can see. He can completely change it. Plus, the Infinite City where Guiwusan is located. It is the girl of the Shangxian in the 12 Ghost Moon under his command. That is, the special space, created through virus technique. There. She can use vampire to freely change the layout within Infinite City. And teleport things in Infinite City. In other words. That is, if Wei Wuyu is hiding inside and not coming out. Outsiders simply can't find it. It is also because of the above 2 reasons. Ghost Killing Team will pursue the traces of Ghost Dance Wusho for nearly 1,000 years. But I never gained nothing. Mouth.